I see a smile on your hairy face. I know there's no other ape that could take your place.
I can't believe you feel the way that you do. Your love is like a dream come true.
You are the sunlight warming up my day. Take my hand and everything's okay.
I see bananas when I look in your eyes. I'd shower you with coconut cream pies. A love like ours don't grow on trees.
Our love is like a summer breeze.
Can't you see we're meant to be? Our love is stronger than a golden banana. Our love is stronger than a golden banana. Stronger than a golden banana.
Now listen closely. Here's a little lesson in trickery. This is going down in history. If you wanna be a villain #1, you have to chase a super on upon the run. But first you have to come up with a master plot. The only problem there, you have to think a lot. Just follow the rules and sneak around. Be careful not to make a sound. Now look at this net that I just found. When I say go, be ready to throw. Go! Throw it on him, not me! Oh, let's try something else. Now, watch and learn. Here's the deal. Alright, I can see that I'm not pitchy. Watch and learn. Here's the deal. We're #1. It's going to be Mr. Pretty.
Nice smile. Nice smile.
Huh?
Party started.
Nice smile.
Victory.
Hey.
Huh? Huh?
Hey. Yo! Yo, what is up? It's Tuesday. Oh, wait, that's not
Huh?
Tuesday. It's Thursday, my dude. Hey! Hope you guys are doing well. Especially after yesterday. Because believe me, there's a lot to talk about. I was debating on actually streaming the direct or not yesterday, but I kind of figured it would have been way too early. But nah, We get to talk about it today. You need the weekend? Just wait until tomorrow, Mr. Stream. It's okay. We're almost there, dude. Brace yourselves, dude. Because today, we're going to be playing N++. So this was the game that won in the last Marbles race. And this is actually a game that I'm fairly familiar with. But not this version. I played N+ on the PSP. But, it's more or less one of those games, you know, one of those Flash games, where you platform around, and it's all about movement, and it's also a little bit difficult, because you die just by touching anything here. It's great. More like Nintendo Prices Plus. Huge Jap alert, dude. Yeah, every time you see this icon, this emote, that you know it's Jap time, dude. That's the rule. That's how this works. Oh my god. No, but for real, I hope you guys have been well. I've been doing alright. I've been chilling. Been trying to take it a little bit easier this week. You know, just to recharge. Because I have stuff coming up next week that I need to take care of. Not urgently, but it's gonna get busy. So, trying to take it a little bit slower this week. We'll see how it goes. Still trying to drink water. Because I just finished eating food. Yeah, I had some garbanzos today. And garbanzos, I believe, the translation for that is chickpeas. You hydrate, you're right, Aiko. You're absolutely right. Dude, there's so much to talk about today. But before I ramble on, let's do what we usually do with the prediction. It's up. I also want to remind you guys that I believe I fixed the broken command for the extra marbles. Now, I'm most likely going to be adjusting the rates, so people are more likely to... Maybe not more likely. More incentivized is the word I'm looking for, to add extra marbles as well. So I'm going to be lowering the rates. I think that's going to go in effect by next week, so don't spend your coins yet. I would not recommend it. Pre-orders go live next week. Coincidence? It's crazy. Yeah. Kai knows, dude. He knows what I'm going to be doing. No! Wait, when did I have that? No, wait. That came from the soul, dude. When did I say that? Anyway. Yeah, dude. I have already summed up for to pre-order for the Switch 2. I don't even know where to begin with that, man. But, again, let's play the game proper. And once I become a little bit more comfortable with the way that it controls, I think I can yap for like a little bit. I can yap for the next 3 hours. Because, so much to break down, man. And I think, you know, just thinking over it for like an entire day, just to ruminate over what we saw yesterday. I think after a day's worth of thinking about it and ruminating on it, I think we'll be able to, like, determine how it is that we feel about it. But that being said, let me make sure that the game screen is working as intended. I believe it is. So brace yourselves, because we are about to play N++ right now. Let me turn that off. There you go. Cool. It still sucks? Yeah, I mean, that's the general consensus when it comes to the, what we saw yesterday. I'd imagine you talked about it in your stream. Oh my god! What was that? Wait, I haven't heard that in like a year. Wait. I don't remember writing that.
Huh?
Where did that come from? From the AUG emote. Oh my god, dude, I haven't heard that in so long. Incredible. What's it called? Carl is getting all the rare Nepogs from the emote. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I miss Kai's voice mod when you could do stuff like that. Those were the good old days before the dark times. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's actually play the game. actually. It's still live? Yeah, but no one redeems it. Yeah, but it's actually so sad that we'll never hear your band in the same voice ever again. I'm gonna cry for real, dude. Anyway, I don't know if to do story. I don't know what this means. Oh, it just gives you the story of the game. Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be like a story mode. Alright, cool. So, again, this is a very straightforward game. You get an overview of the entire level on one screen, and then you just have to survive and make it to the end. That's it. You get hit once, you're dead. That's it. Like that. You're just dead. So, it's gonna be one of those games where I'm gonna be dying a lot. So, who knows what the death count is gonna be. Yesterday, Caillou's voice mod? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't able to attend yesterday's stream. I'm sorry. I was attending to Archipelago stuff. I think you need to reset the predict. Oh. Oh! Yeah, I don't think I properly closed Mix It Up last time. Sorry. I think Aiko already put theirs. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Aiko's in there. There you go. Cool. Did anyone else run the command by chance? Try running it again, Carl. If anyone else submitted their command, just submit it again. You're good, Aiko. I already have your submission, so you don't need to worry about that. I don't know if there's anyone else. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's because I did not close Mix It Up properly. Last time I streamed on not Saturday, on Tuesday. Tuesday's stream was too wild, dude. Oh my god. Alright, anyway. No more yapping. I guess we'll do solo. And this kind of gives you like an idea how to play the game. There's like momentum. There's like a lot of stuff. You also, there's fall damage apparently. Yeah, so you gotta land on slopes. To make sure you don't die. And you gotta avoid all the enemies, you gotta collect gold. Gives you more time. I have 90 seconds to complete each episode of 5 levels. I don't know how long this game actually is. It could be like a 2-parter, if anything. I'm gonna need this to be a 2-parter because I'm not ready for marbles, because I still need to adjust the rates. So that's beside the point. Seems like, oh my god. That's a lot of levels, actually. Holy crap. Alright, we'll start from the top. We'll start from here. Cool. In a way, this is like an actual Scrimble Bimble game. Because, you know, you're platforming. That's the thing you do. And for all we know, I'm the platformer guy. This will be easy. Whoa! 30 months? That's insane. Also, I think the volume is too loud. I'm turning it down. Yeah, I can barely hear. I think that's good. Cool. Alright guys, it's time to talk about what we saw yesterday. So, I'm just gonna give you my TLDR, my thoughts on what I thought about the whole presentation. Because the presentation itself didn't have the price point, right? That's the thing that everyone is mad about. But I would say for the most part, I was pretty satisfied with what they showed in the Direct. Very satisfied with the software catalog. But a lot of surprises there too. A lot of surprises that convinced me to get it on launch. I was already saving up for it, putting money aside every paycheck to make sure that, you know, I could just be like, okay, you know, I'm using this money exclusively for the system. Software catalog is amazing, dude. Oh my god, there's so much to it. It's insane. You know, Prime 4 notwithstanding, because, I mean, that was gonna be a given for me anyway. But the fact that you can play Prime 4 in, like, 4K, or at 120 FPS. Oh! Goodbye. Okay. That you could play the game at 120 hertz, so FPS? That is insane to me, dude. Can I just drop down? Am I overcomplicating this? I think I am. That TLDR is still 3 hours long. Yeah. It's gonna be longer than the presentation itself. That's fine. It doesn't seem like I can drop from here, no. Okay. That's something to be wary of. I got you. No, it's not 4K 120 hertz. No. You have 4K 60 FPS, right? And then you have 1080p 120 FPS, which is insane to me. And not to mention that you get to use the Joy-Cons as a mouse for that game. Man, that looks neat. The definitive edition for Prime 4 is definitely going to be the Switch 2 version. The surprise of no one, honestly. I'm more than pleased by it, because I wasn't going to get a Switch 2 for that anyway. It's up to 120, yeah. And I guess they're using Prime 4 to showcase that. And I believe that they also have like a Treehouse thing, but we'll talk about that later, because I didn't really watch it too much. I was busy working, but what was I saying? Here, make it climb. Yeah, Prime 4 looks amazing. I'm still pissed off that we don't have a release date. I was hoping, or more like hoping, that they would give us a definitive release date where the game's actually coming out. Because that is like the big one for me, dude. That is the big one. That's the biggest release for me. It's Dread. And Dread was like 2021, dude. It's rare for me to be like looking forward to a game release as much as like how I'm feeling about Prime 4 at the moment. Not to mention, you know, but I guess the same thing happened with Rebirth, but it came on PC. But, you know, I've been playing that for the past couple months. And Rebirth has been an experience, to say the least. Because, just to not provide any spoilers, because I am not done with the game. I believe I'm like in chapter 10. But, you know, I'm the completionist type when it comes to these types of games. And the game is very exhausting. Very exhausting. Like, if I played this game non-stop, I think I would end up hating it. Honestly. Soxon in 2025? Dude, I'll see it when I believe it, honestly. At this point, like, no, like, I'm not gonna think about it. Absolutely not. Yeah, Stick Boy, dude. This is like a Flash game. It's really cool. I played the PSP version of this game. One of my neighbors had it, and I was obsessed with this, because, you know, it's pick up play, and it's, like, platforming, and I guess it's kind of like Meat Boy in that sense as well. I think it's cool. I think I gotta press the switches. Okay. Yeah, it's like Meat Boy, and yeah, you can compare it to that. You could say that it's like Meat... Oh. Right, this fall damage. It's Meat Boy, but with fall damage. So, careful. You don't want to be falling like that. Yeah, you have to account for physics in this. Otherwise, you will die. A gruesome death. Ooh. Oh! You can't bump into the ceiling either! Okay, I see. Interesting. Lesson learned. I thought I would have been fine, but I guess not. Okay, so yeah, just to give you my thoughts on Rebirth so far, I haven't finished the game, right? I haven't finished the game, but I can give you my overall thoughts on the game so far. And if you are, I don't know, still considering playing the game, for whatever reason, I would probably warn you to play it at your own pace. Do not, like, bum rush it, because the game would exhaust you. You will end up hating it. At least that's what I feel like my experience would have been if I just locked it in from start to finish. Because the pacing for the game, let me do this again. The pacing for Rebirth is awful, dude. I'm just gonna say it. It's a lot worse than Remake. You spend more time playing minigames, dude. I must have done like 50 of them. I'm not even kidding, dude. I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic here this time. No, I'm being serious. Every 5 steps that I take in that game, there's always a goddamn minigame accompanied by it. It's insane. Yeah, dude, no, I've heard that the director is gonna be doubling down on the minigames. And I'm just sitting here like, what? Why? We don't like this, dude. I'm pretty sure I spent half the game just on the minigames. Whereas Remake, I think, was a better streamlined experience. Where if you were to do the minigames, sure, there were minigames, right? But they were more like distractions, and they were off the beaten path, and they didn't really have to, like, you know, engage with them too much. Really, you didn't need to do that. But in Rebirth, they doubled down on that crap, like tenfold. I hate it. This way I might skip the game. I don't know, dude. I still feel the way that I'm playing it is probably best. Like, I play like a couple hours every week. Like, maybe like 3-4 hours, you know? Because, oh, careful. Because Purple was kind enough to, like, gift me the game. And he'd be watching me play from start to finish. And, I think he feels very, very similarly to the game. Like I do. Where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, careful. It's like, it's fun. It's just, you really gotta pace yourself. It's exhausting. It's a very exhausting experience. I like the additions, but if you thought the padding in Remake was bad, oh no, dude. Oh, you are not ready for Rebirth. Oh my god. You're not ready for that. I wasn't ready. I think I was considering buying a PS5 just to play Rebirth. I'm so glad I didn't. See, the reason why I got Remake, or rather, why I got a PS4, was to play Remake. But thankfully, with the PS4, I had like a huge catalog of games that could keep me occupied until that eventually came out. I got a lot of mileage from a PS4, but it probably would not have. It probably would not have happened with Rebirth. I think I would have regretted it because, you know, PS5, haha, no games, because it's true. It has nothing. There's nothing for me that I would want to play on it. Nothing. There's no reason to. I mean, you guys know this. I know this. We don't need to buy a PS5. And that's the perfect tangent for the Switch too, because you have reasons to get a Switch 2, right? It's not just about the hardware and the cool things that I could do with it. It's also about the game catalog, since that's always been Nintendo's strength, right? It's always been their thing. Which, I suppose it's time to kind of like just... I'll leave the price as the last talking point, honestly, because I don't want to sour it. I don't want to sour it for anyone. Because what they showed off, features-wise, during the presentation, for the first couple of minutes, just explaining, hey, this is what the Switch 2 can do. Well, you have, like, the voice chat, a new feature. They claim for it to be a new feature, but this feature has been here since, like, 2005. Xbox Live. But whatever, Nintendo. You know what? Yeah, you guys can keep up. Good job. Wait, I need to, like, bounce on this, I think. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was Connect Chat. No, dude, that was Xbox Live. Let's be real here, dude. Oh my god. Wait until he finds out about N-. Oh, dude, no. When Kirby Air Riders? How about when Kirby Air Ride, dude? Dude, I could host a Kirby Air Ride tournament. Oh god, wait. Oh, that's cheeky. You can hide the stuff there. Oh no, goodbye. Oh, the very specific chat UI. Okay, I got you. Okay, I thought we were talking about like the feature itself. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I just thought it was really funny how the share screen stuff was running at like 12 frames. It was so bad, dude. Like, it makes sense, right? If you're gonna be screen sharing, in order to not have your Switch 2 explode, they probably need to adjust the performance when you're screen sharing. But I have to really wonder, there's no way to like adjust the quality to improve the frame rate on that. Because, you know, I could like throw shade over at Nintendo and be like, oh, come on, guys. You guys got like $1 billion. Surely you can just, you know, invest in the resources in order to make sure we get like high fidelity screen sharing. But nah, I think it's more of, you know. Oh, careful here. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I don't see myself using the screen share thing. Really, I don't see myself doing that. But I do feel like the green screen stuff, you know, with the camera thing, the accessory, I feel like that's kind of neat. I like that. It's like a Kinect, except, you know, it's not Kinect, so it's good. I keep dying. Yeah, Nintendo didn't lie. No, I think they're very upfront about what they offer. They don't really deceive you, at the very least. So we gotta give them credit for that, I feel. Careful. I think they were pretty transparent with a lot of the features, and I think they answered pretty much all the questions that regarding the console itself. If you ask me, I don't think I had any other anything else to ask. I'm gonna die. Hold up, I need to like do a running jump. No underlying questions is what I'm trying to say. They offered you a way to be an indentured servant. What? I wonder why they had the price. I have a theory. I'm gonna keep this very limited. I guess we're gonna be talking about the price, not right now, but throughout the conversation. But I think part of the reason why the presentation itself didn't have the price is because I don't think that at the time of the presentation, I don't think they really had an idea what to price this thing. Because funny, you know, the funny buzzword, I mean, it's not really a buzzword because it is true. But, you know, tariffs, we didn't know what they were going to be until literally yesterday. And, you know, just to brush that aside for like a little moment, I'd imagine that once they just give us like an estimate as to how much the system would be, based on an estimation based on that. You 99% sure that didn't affect the prices. Yeah, because they didn't know, right? No one knew what the tariffs were going to be until yesterday. So I think they just guesstimated based on a lot of factors that I'm not going to pretend I know about. A lot of people are pointing out on the Reddit too. Nah, dude. The price match EU. But how much is it on EU? Oh, God. The price is high in Europe. Oh. 80. No, I'm talking about the system itself. The system itself. How much is it? How many euros? Can I just like... Yeah, I can just do this. Or... Oh, okay, I see. Guys... Let's save the discussion for the prices a little bit later. Because, what was I saying? Okay, so what other cool features did I have? It has, like, an app that it can download for, like, a fee, which is insane to me. The tech demo thing. Because for me, I really love learning the technical details of a system. I honestly think that's always really cool to know. And I'm so glad that we have the means to learn about the inner workings, like in the literal sense, as to how the system is built. I think that's really cool. But they're charging me for this, which is kind of insane. I think everyone kind of expected that to be bundled with the system, as like, you know, like a little welcome thing. Be like, oh hey, this is what you can do with Nintendo Switch. Kind of like how the Vita did it, you know? It had like the welcome app thing or whatever, showing you what you could do. But they're asking for a price for this, which is very strange. But whatever, dude. I keep pressing it too fast. Astrobot. Yeah, there's Astrobot, which I believe is like a free game. It's just wild to me, dude. Like, even if it's like $5, like whatever, it's like, oh no, but like what? You're charging me for this? Yeah, I can understand the dev time behind this, but it's just kind of weird to like put a price point on a tech demo, you know? But I guess you can kind of make the argument that I think Wii Sports was more of the exception than the rule. Because yesterday I found out that Nintendo Land wasn't even bundled with the Wii U. I thought it was. Because when I got my Wii U, it came with Nintendo Land. But Consummate told me, no, you didn't have it. It was for you. Yeah, but see, for the Wii, like, Wii Sports was always bundled. Like, oh, I should need to jump. Okay. 1-2 Switch is a paid game. Yeah, it is. 100%. I mean, to be fair, like, again, Wii Sports was more of an exception, if anything. Because, you know, Nintendo Land wasn't free initially, for what I understand. 1-2 Switch wasn't either. And certainly this one wasn't going to be it either. But, I think the difference between both of them is that the way that the tech demo was presented, it's more of a did you know thing, you know, with a couple minigames alongside that. So, I don't know how they're going to price that. If it's $5, whatever, I'll get it, because, again, I really like tech stuff. I just like learning about this, you know? Learning about the inner workings of a system. I think that's cool, but I don't know if it's $5. Yes, a pamphlet. Yeah, it is. I don't feel like you would get the same experience just by, you know, just looking it up online. Watch someone else do it. But I guess that's why they added the minigames, right? It's apparently around $10. That's insane. Also, I forgot to get rid of the overlay. That's cool. Give me a minute. I need to, like, fix that. Real quick. Wii Sports made Wii popular? Well, I mean, Wii Sports came bundled with the Wii. So, I think... Wii Sports is what helps sell the system. I believe that 100%. For sure. I agree with that. You'd be hard-pressed to find a person who didn't enjoy the time with Wii Sports, and whose name isn't Kai Stara, because I think he mentioned he didn't like it very much. Where's my overlay stuff? In-game... Wait, what? Oh, no, it's because it doesn't go true full screen. I think that's why it showed up. You did what? Didn't you say you hated... what's it called? Wii Sports? Oh, I might think of someone else. Was it you? Oh yeah, you missed Pomni. Crit, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh yeah. You don't care for Wii Sports. Yeah, so you hate it. Yeah, I got you. I understand. Ooh, there you go, momentum. Hated is a strong word. Nah, dude. When we're on the internet, we work on... Oh my god! We work on two extremes, alright? You either love it or you hate it. No nuance, dude. Who cares about nuance? That's too much to think about, dude. You hate it. Alright. Okay. Dude. If it's $10, I don't know if I can really justify that, because, again, I'm paying a lot for the system already. Because I'm going to be getting the Mario Kart World Bundle. Listen, I might not be the Mario Kart guy, but listen. When I was watching VHS tapes for my childhood videos, like a couple weeks back, one of the footage was me opening up one of my presents from Los Reyes Magos, alright? In one of the presents, I had Mario Kart 64. So Mario Kart and I have a long history together, dude. It's insane. It was like one of my first multiplayer games. This is one of the games that I played with my dad, dude. Then I played Double Dash. I love Double Dash. I think it's great. Then I played Mario Kart Wii. I think that's great. But with a huge asterisk, because I think it's the most unbalanced game in the entire series. I skipped out on 7. I did play a little bit, but I didn't really play it too much. And then I played 8 for like a little bit. I think they're fun. They're very fun games. And I'd imagine that world is just going to be insane. $90 though? Insane? Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know, dude. I don't know about that one. Yeah, you're saving money by... Uh-oh. Am I trapped? Okay, goodbye. Yo, we can go on road trips in Mario Kart Worlds for the Switch too. Dunkaroo! He's... Oh my god. Yeah, buying them separately would be a scam. 100%. I agree. Yeah. I was gonna get the game anyway, right? I mean, this is how they get you, but that's fine. I mean, it's gonna get the game anyway. I think it's cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Mario Kart World. I think that's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be great. Let's see. So what else did they show off, guys? I think after Mario Kart, they showed off a couple of third-party stuff, I think? Don't remember. No, they talked about Prime 4, I believe. And that's when they showed off, like, oh, you can do, what's it called? You can do... That's 2 separate performance modes. Graphical fidelity at 4K, 60 FPS, or, what's it called? Or, oh god. Or 1080, 60 FPS, 120 FPS. I'm just glad the game's coming out, dude. The graphical fidelity aside, I mean, it's kind of whatever for me. Not really something I think about too much. But, you know, I like it when games look nice. I think that's cool. But I'm just waiting for this game to finally come out. We didn't get a goddamn release date. Oh. 4K 60 FPS. That's what they advertised it as, right? Am I getting this right? Like, I think that's what they said. Mario Kart Forza Horizon, really? Yeah, dude. It's great. Road Trip streams? Yeah, dude, let's go. Copium. No, I generally don't know if I'm getting this information wrong. What makes you think PS4 hardware can? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I need the screen. This might be information that I'm just recalling incorrectly because I was just too busy looking at the game wondering what the hell is this game coming up. I think it's up to not stable. Okay. I see. I understand. Let me do this. Oh, they also talked about the upgrade packs, right? Where select games would be getting upgrades that you have to pay for. Now, this sounds like the PS5 scam, where they're basically asking you to pay for the same goddamn game again. That looks the exact same, virtually no difference, for like full price. But the way that Nintendo's handling it is a little bit better, in the sense that, yeah, you're paying for like an upgrade, but you're getting extra content on top of that, which I feel is a better way to handle it. Because, you know, it's extra dev time, right? I can understand that. Developers themselves need to be compensated somehow. And that's good. I think that works. I think I'm dead. Okay, yeah. It's 4K, oh, 30 FPS. 1080, 60 FPS. No, but I remember them talking about 120. That was like a big deal. Screw 4K, I agree. Other games aren't costing anything because there's no content added. Yeah. Like Breath of the Wild, right? What? Or was Breath of the Wild upgrade like, I'm dead. Goodbye. Was Breath of the Wild like getting extra content? Oh, it's up to. Okay, that's the keyword. All right, I understand. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah. It says when docked 4K 60 FPS. Or Prime 4 specifically, right? Like I'm just trying to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Okay, wait. Because they also talked about what else? Yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land alongside extra content. That was like another one. I think that's neat. That's cool. I haven't played that game, but I know Kaisara has. He's got to lock it in, dude. Sorry, you got to play that. You do not get a choice in this. Sorry. You have to play that. Kirby's Forgotten Game? What do you mean? What? Nah, dude. I'm not hearing that from you. You love that game. You're gonna play it. You're gonna have a personal talk with the knees of the head of the Pokemon company. All right, they also talked about Legends AZ. Yeah, they did talk about that. I forget what they mentioned specifically regarding for Switch 2. It might have just been a performance upgrade, right? I think that was it. Something like that. Let's see. I don't want to get the time. I'm just gonna go. Bro is holding me at gunpoint. You will spend $730. Sorry, dude. You're a content creator. You have to play this. It's like how I had to get the Switch too, so I can stream games for it. What other expansion was there? Because I know Tears of the Kingdom is also like getting like a couple new features too, like sharing schematics. So maybe I'll finally play Breath of the Wild and finish the goddamn game. Because Jesus Christ, dude. I wouldn't say I'm on a Zelda binge, but OOTR, the randomizer, it has been really fun. It's kind of like re-sparked my interest in Zelda altogether, really. Because, you know, as a kid, I loved Zelda a lot. I thought it was like the best series ever. But you know, over the years, I kind of mellowed out. I think like after Skyward Sword. And I think the last Zelda game that I genuinely enjoyed, I could not put down, was Link Between Worlds. But part of the reason is because it's connected to A Link to the Past. And I am a nostalgia junkie. So, you know how it is. But, you know, maybe now I can appreciate the game more. Not that it actually runs at a smooth frame rate. You know, it might help. I don't know. I think it's cool because the concept behind the game, I feel like is something I would really enjoy. Because one of the key aspects that I enjoy of games in general is just being able to explore. Not have my hand be held and just, you know, just explore. Don't tell me where to go. Let me decide this. That's why I like Metro Course so much. And certain open world games like Elden Ring. For me, Elden Ring was like the best open world game I ever played. It didn't hold your hand. It was neatly paced. I love the combat because I'm biased. I'm a FromSoft junkie. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's some of the best gameplay to offer for me. I'm dead. Oh yeah, Cyberpunk is coming to Switch 2 as well, I believe. Like the Ultimate Edition. So M will be able to play the game for like the 5th time. Assuming she can afford a Switch 2. But, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot of... I don't know. Look at him. He is pink guy himself in disguise trying to guzzle all your money. Wait, you're saying a Kai is a Nintendo spy. Okay. You won't trash them too much about the price because only because the console is stronger than a Steam Deck and cheaper than it. It's true. See, I was having a conversation with someone about this yesterday, and I couldn't really provide too much information when it came to the differences between both systems, other than, you know, the Steam Deck being... the Nintendo one being a bit more proprietary than the Steam Deck, because you can fully customize it to your liking, however you want. I need to stop doing that. Just launch yourself up.
Nice
and
smile.
then die. Boom. You said the 4th is going to be the last. I got you. Yeah, Switch 2 is the better hardware, yeah. But I wasn't sure because, again, like, I'd never been on the market to really think about, you know, I want a Stream Deck. Like, that's a thought that never really crossed my mind necessarily. I don't really have a use for it, if you ask me. Oh, so you're playing it now? Okay, I see. I might play it one day. Why not? It looks neat. But, let me see. What was I saying? I know chat's going a bit fast, so... I missed your message, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I'm hoping that... I'm gonna get Breath of the Wild. You know, I'm just gonna get it. It's cool, you know? I'm gonna get it and then upgrade the game. And then, just play the game and see if I can actually finish it for once. And then maybe move on to Tears of the Kingdom, who knows? See how it goes. But, what else did they show off? Don't remember. Like, in terms of, like, first-party games that were getting upgraded, I think that was it. We had Kirby. We had, oh, yeah, Mario Party Jamboree, dude. The minigames that are based around the camera, I think that's neat. And also, I think Jamboree is probably like a better tech demo than what we're going to be getting for, like, $10, if you ask me. Because the game itself is very fun. I like it. I like Jamboree. I think it's the best Mario Party game we've gotten in a long while. Even though I haven't played one since, like, Super Mario Party. Because after 8, I kind of dropped off. Because they kind of got rid of the boards for 9 and 10. I'm kind of like, why? Why would you do this? You know? Listen, I want to hate my friends when I play Mario Party, alright? Yo, Silver! Kirby Air Ride made you super excited. Yeah, Air Riders, dude. I think okay. I think the moment that I started getting excited for Riders was when I saw the Sora Limited floor logo show up. I had to run left side. I thought you had to ride it. I don't like this obstacle, actually. Oh my god. I don't like this. I don't like this. Go. Jesus Christ. I was wondering what the man was up to. Because he had a YouTube channel, dude. I didn't really consume the content on it, necessarily. Maybe one day I will. But he had like a dev channel. I think that's really cool. You know, just sharing his, like, 30 years of experience as a game developer. I think that's really cool information, just to hear from the perspective of an industry veteran. You know, just talking about his experience about developing games and all that crap, and what his philosophies are. I think that's really cool. It's really cool content. I haven't gotten around to doing that, because, you know. Sakurai's known as the Smash guy nowadays, but I think people also know him as the Kirby guy, right? Like, they know he made Kirby, you know? He hasn't worked on Kirby since, I think, actually Air Ride for the GameCube. I think that's true. I don't remember. Also, how do I, like... Do I need to, like, wall jump while, running up this? Yes, okay. Got it. Yo, S, what's up? The basketball game? Okay, I was kind of expecting, because, okay, for each generation, they usually have, like, this one game that is, like, tied to that console, right? For Wii, it's like Wii Sports. For the Wii U, I probably argue it's Splatoon.
Oh!
For the Switch, it's ARMS, which unfortunately didn't really pop off. I think ARMS is a cool game. It's just, it never really got a chance to shine, unfortunately. How did I die? Where's legs? Yeah, that's what to say. They're gonna call this legs, dude. When I saw the footage for like the for the b-ball game, where you have to like use the controller, you know, like a wheelchair, I think that's a cool idea. I think that's neat. But I kind of feel like the novelty for that will run out pretty quickly. Very quickly, if you ask me. But that's just me. ARMS sucks? You don't like ARMS? That's crazy. No? I see. I guess that's fair. I mean, again, I'm just saying that ARMS just didn't really have a chance to really pop off, because I think it was still being overshadowed by Splatoon, dude. Like, Splatoon 2 came out on Switch as well. It's kind of like... Nintendo was really trying to push for ARMS to be like an esport. But I don't know what happened, dude. I have no idea what happened with that. I don't know if it was a problem with the game or with the way that Nintendo was handling it. I don't know. The game wasn't good. I mean... Why wasn't it good? I guess that's the question I need to ask you. Was it like an unbalanced mess? Like, what didn't make it good? You know, from your anecdotal experience, guy, or just anyone else's who's played ARMS. Like, what did he think about the game overall? As far as I'm aware, I think Kai's the only one that I know that has actually played ARMS. I'm good. I'm good. It got super repetitive. Okay, I see. Up to 2 hours, really? That's insane. That's kind of a shame too. Especially right, you don't want to
Nice
touch that.
smile.
You weren't even interested in the first place? There's no depth? I see. Okay. It could be one of those cases where there's like that fake depth, you know? Where you have like games where it's like... Oh my god! Where you have games that are like, I just touched the exit, yeah. That have like all these different modifiers, like, oh, you equip this, you get like a 50% like attack speed or whatever. Stuff like that. I feel like those games are just impossible to balance. Honestly. Not to mention, like, really hard to learn. Because you just don't know what does what, what's good or not, when you have modifiers like that. Like, the first game that comes to mind that does that sort of thing, stuff like Dead by Daylight or, like, Back 4 Blood. Where you have, like, these cards, and they're, like, you have all these different modifiers, kind of like, what do... It's not pick up and play. But for me, the impression that I got, that ARMS was pretty pick up and play. But maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It was rock, paper, scissors type of combat. Oh. I see. Okay, well, I won't ask for too many details. I don't want to get too sidetracked, dude. I don't want to get too sidetracked. It is pick up and play for 5 minutes. Okay. I see. Oh, careful. Run. But yeah, we had that game. What else was there? Oh, I'm dead. I was there from the start. I need to like jump up from up here. There you go. Oh my god. I'm trying to think what else they had. Remind me. Okay, there's a Bravely Default remaster. Bravely Default is a fantastic game. Loops aside, I don't care about the loops, dude. I know people hate them. I don't mind them. I actually like the loops, okay? I'm that guy. I'm the loop guy. I love Bravely Default. It's like one of the best JRPGs I played in recent memory. And by recent memory, it was like 10 years ago. But that's beside the point. I like Bravely Default. I think it's a fantastic game. I'm glad it's getting a remaster. Especially considering that it deserves it, dude. It deserves more attention. I think it's fantastic. It's like Final Fantasy 3, but better. Or 5. I think 5 is a better comparison. Yeah, I've heard it's digital only. And there was like another point of contention that people were bringing up on Twitter because they just want to get angry. You know, because, you know, it's Twitter. But they were saying, oh my god, you have to pay for a key code from the box? Like the box itself comes with like a key, and that's the key that you use to download the game. So it kind of puts into question, why do they bother giving you the box if that's the way they're going to be handling it? And you know what? I think that's a fair question to ask, to be honest. Like, at that point, why bother? Like, the only reason why I think they would do this sort of thing is to raise more awareness that the game exists in retailers. Because not everyone's going to go to the eShop, right? I don't know what an eShop is, maybe. Maybe they just don't know it exists. So you can put it on shows and be like, oh, you can get this game. And you can get the code for it. That's the only way I can really justify it, really. The advantage is that you can still resell it. Can you? Is it a key that's tied to your account, though? You know? Is it like that? No? Okay, I see. I'm just really sad. We had this conversation at some point. I think it was like last month, where we talked about, you know, the death of physical media and how much I'm gonna cry when that happens. But oh wait, we don't want to be doing that. The new game cards literally just have the key. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not the first time we're seeing something like this. Nintendo is just literally catching up. We've seen this before, dude. Like, I remember when I got my copy of Final Fantasy X/10-2 remaster for the Vita. I remember that for 10-2, they gave you a code instead for you to download the game from PSN. Like, this is not new, dude. This has been a thing since like 10 years ago. But again, I can only really justify that as again, like I said, as a resale point, and to bring more awareness that the game actually exists. Because again, I don't think too many consumers look at the eShop as an option. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's just, I think, you know, putting myself in the eyes of the average consumer, I think they're more likely to be like, go to like a retailer, like GameStop or something, be like, oh, I want to get this game, and that's it. Because when you go to like an online store, like, you're gonna get like a whole bunch of games, right? Like a whole catalog's worth. And some games will probably fall under the radar. Yeah, there's also the problem with the eShop being horrible, historically. Lately, at the very least. Very laggy, you know? It's also likely only third-party publishers do this. Yeah, I think that's expected. I think that makes sense. Yo, what's up, Zay? Let me sip you, dude. The game card lets you download the game, but you still need the card and you switch to play. Okay, I got you. I understand. The new eShop won't be that bad now, apparently. I'll believe it when I see it. How about that? I'll believe it when I see it. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because I just don't want to be a cynic about it, dude. Like, it's not fun being a cynic, you know? Didn't they say there's an insane amount of possible levels for this game? Yes. But you know what? That's good because I get to yap for like a very long time. And the levels are very short too, so as long as I'm not griefing, it should be fine, right? Should be fine. It's what they said in the live stream, so you don't know? I see. Trying to remember what else was in the presentation. I'm saving a couple of the big ones for last. I'm trying to go in order from what we've seen from the presentation, but I just literally don't remember what they talked about after Bravely Default. I think they talked about Cyberpunk. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is kind of a big deal for me, actually. Deltarune. Chapters 3 plus 4 are finally coming out after, like, 4 years. And mind you, Deltarune is a game that came out since, like, 2018. So, honestly, like, I'm a big fan of Toby Fox's music, as so are a lot of people. So I'm really excited to experience the... Oh my god! I'm really excited to play that. Hell, I might even just play it on stream. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that's coming out on launch day for the Switch. I don't know if that means it's going to be exclusively on Switch, or if it just means it's going to be like, okay, it's coming out the same day, but you can still get it on Steam. You know, like that. I don't know if that's what's going to be happening. I have no idea. But I'm happy we're finally getting news on this. I think it's cool. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure since 2018, dude. I was still in college when Deltarune Chapter 1 came out. Yeah, he did say it was a long-time project, yeah. But I don't think I saw the video that you sent me, if you sent me something. I don't think I saw it. Oh yeah, Street Fighter 6. I'm not a Street Fighter guy. I've never been a Street Fighter guy. Sorry, so it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of, oh, that's cool for people who like Street Fighter. But yeah, I just didn't grow up with Street Fighter. Quite frankly, I was very intimidated by Street Fighter. My choice for competitive, like, fighting games, it was always going to be Smash. One way or the other. I never got around to doing that. You didn't care about it much until Chapter 2. I cared about it from the moment it came out, to be honest. One of the most anticipated sequels in gaming. Relegated to 5 seconds. No, we'll talk about that after I talk about the fact that Randy Pitchfork decided to, like, you know, show his greasy face on stream on the stream. Like the whiplash between Deltarune announcement and Randy Pitchfork's greasy face showing on stream. I think that was funny. Because he was talking about Borderlands 4. It's kind of like, ah, yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't like 3 very much, but that's fine. Maybe I'll play Borderlands 4. I don't know, dude. Here we go. But I still gotta give the DLC, the extra content for Borderlands 3 a try. Because I only beat the main story. And, yeah, no, I don't need to be the one to say it. But, yeah. That happened. What else was there? We got... Oh, yeah, we got Elden Ring on Switch. Very cool. Elden Ring on Switch. I'm assuming it comes with Shadows of the Erdtree. Hopefully. I'm hoping. Because, you know, you'll be playing that game for like a long while if you haven't played it before. Okay, hold up. The Switch Bloodborne? Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. Don't worry. Again, I'm trying to go in order from what I remember, how they presented everything. They talked about, yeah, Elden Ring, Elden Ring Remaster, more or less. That's what it is. Or just the port to the Switch. I think that was more or less expected from Soft, from Soft. Honestly, if you ask me. I think I need to, like... No, I need to go around. Okay. The best part of Deltarune is that it's an anagram of For Undertale. There's so many good things about Deltarune, dude. So many good things. I'm looking forward to finally playing chapters 3 and 4. Finding out what's happening. And, of course, finding out just how good the music's gonna be. But yeah, we can talk about Silksong. Oh my god. Every single goddamn month I talk about this. But... I am so jaded, dude. I think the funniest thing about Silksong is that they relegated it to 5 goddamn seconds, and then the chat exploded. I honestly think... Okay, careful. I honestly think that was like the best part of that, because again, we got 2025, and it's kind of like, okay, dude, yeah, sure, yep, sure. I have nothing else to add to that, dude. Like, I just... It's the game already, dude. You talk about Silksong, but only for 5 seconds. December 31st, 2025. Ah, dude, don't do this to me. Don't make me wait longer. Can you imagine if Silksong came out, like, at the same week as Prime 4? That'd be awful for me, in a lot of ways. It's stream-wise. Because I am going to be streaming both games. Without a doubt, I'm going to be streaming both. Wasn't the last announcement for it also coming soon, 2024? I should not have been reading chat while jumping. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't tell you. Again, I'm jaded. I just want the game to come out already, dude. I've been waiting for like 7 years. Oh my god. During some Microsoft video? Oh, maybe actually. I don't know, man. I just know that my controller died. Nice. I just know that, what was I gonna say? Dude. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. It's over. What was I gonna say? I just know, but I don't actually know. But I forget since I forgot. God damn it. Okay, we're talking about Silksong, about anticipation, how long I've been waiting. I don't know what I was gonna say after that. God damn it. No, I was gonna say, I just know that Silksong, without a doubt, is going to be the biggest indie game release to date. Without a doubt. Dude. The moment that Team Cherry releases the game, they're gonna become rich. In a millisecond. It's insane, dude. The hype behind this game is incomparable. Paramount. You know? It's insane how many people are waiting for this game to finally come out. Myself included. Because I love Hollow Knight. Again, Hollow Knight is probably one of the best Metroid cores I've ever played. Alongside La Mulana. That's not actually a Metroid, you know. You've heard this before. I'm just reiterating. You glad you never played Hollow Knight? What? Change that right now. What do you mean you never played Hollow Knight? Now's a good time as any. Hey, the game's coming out in sometime in 2025. For real this time, I swear. No? Oh, come on, dude. Dude, I wholeheartedly recommend everyone plays Hollow Knight. It's a fantastic game. I'm dead. You guys gotta play it! Please! Imagine waiting for your sequel, but it never comes out, dude. I'm used to that. I'm used to that, dude. It's fine. It's no big deal. You glad you never played Hollow Knight? I cannot believe people in this chat have not played Hollow Knight. I cannot. This is an actual crime. Oh, I'm so. You know what? I think Consummate is the real is the real tragedy here. Because he's been waiting for the Katana Zero DLC for so goddamn long, dude. It's been like 8 years. Insane. Oh. You never finished it? That's a crime. Oh my god. Alright. That's enough for Silk Song. Alright, what else did they show off? Okay. I'm trying to think. Some third-party stuff. What else did they show off? What did Capcom have other than Street Fighter? Did they have anything else? Or was that it? Oh, I guess it talked about the Pac-Man Metroid Core. I guess there's that. Street Fighter Amiibos. DLC Katana 1. What did Squeenix have? Hold up. Oh no, Squeenix has the goddamn remake Intergrade. I don't want to talk about the remake right now again. You know, I'm good. You guys already know what I thought. It's cool it's coming on Switch too, though. I think that's cool. I think that's neat. Shadow Labyrinth, yeah. That's the pack. That's the pack, I was gonna say the word, but I can't say it. The Metro Core. You know, just whatever. It's the Metro Core. Oh. Yeah, Daemon Ex Machina, too. I didn't play the first game. So, for the people that liked it, maybe they'll like this one. I think Kai played it. He's like a mech guy. He likes mechs. I think. You love the first game? Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm dead. You played the demo. Oh, okay. I see. I'm dead. Okay. Let me sip you, dude. Wait, what do you mean amiibos that are big? Also, wait, Switch 2 gonna be compatible with Amiibo? Hold up. That's one thing that they talk about. Hold up. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be. In some shape or form. They'll just sell it to you as an adapter separately, but they didn't highlight it. It seems like it's Street Fighter 6 Amiibos were announced. I just want to know if it's built in, you know? If it's like integrated into the system already, or if you have to like buy like a separate accessory, be like, you hook this up and then you can do it. Yeah, wait, yes to what? Yes, no, wait, no, it's integrated? Wait, hold up. It's just like the Switch. I forget how the Switch does it. Is it integrate? Integrated. It's on your Joy-Con. Okay, alright. It's on the analog? What? Oh! You know, I didn't notice because I got third-party Joy-Cons. So, GG. Oh my god. Okay. I can't get these. Anyway, oh, nice. It's probably gonna be the same way then. Yeah, I think it's expected. What else? See, okay, you can't yell at me because I don't think I've used a single amiibo since like Smash. Since Smash 4, dude. I'm pretty sure. I wasn't an amiibo guy, you know? I'm not an amiibo guy, rather. Well, I'm dumb. Okay. Anyway, what else did they talk about? I think for third party, that's more or less everything. I don't remember. What did they talk about next after all that? I think that's when they showed off like the wheelie game. You know, the b-ball game. Oh no, they talked about GameCube. That's right. You know what's crazy to think about? Ever since the iteration of the Virtual Console on Wii, we have never gotten GameCube games officially offered by Nintendo as a service ever. This is the first time. It took them since 2006 for us to finally be able to play these games in an official capacity through a service. That is insane. That you can just emulate those games? Sure. I mean, you can make the argument for every single thing that they can emulate. I just feel like companies should be making this the standard, dude. You know? Because it's... What was this statistic? Like 80% of games aren't readily available for purchase or something like that? Maybe it's too high of a statistic. But it's something like that. And it's mostly because companies just don't bother, like, re-releasing a lot of the more niche titles for their systems. Sure, they'll re-release, like, the games that did really well. Like, God knows we know about that with Skyrim and other games like it. But, you know, for the more, you know, underground titles, stuff like the GameCube, for example, like, a lot of GameCube games stayed on the GameCube. Right? That's part of the reason why the prices on them are so goddamn expensive. So the fact that a service exists, so I can finally afford F-Zero GX on the GameCube, my own copy, because I'm a collector, dude. I like collecting games. You can emulate them, sure. I mean, yeah, that's cool and all. But for me, nothing beats beating games on their actual system. Whenever it's possible. Whenever it's, like, reasonable. Because, oh my god. Especially when it comes to GameCube games, they are very bad when it comes to prices. Very, very bad. I'm not getting enough speed. Having to pay a sub to play them? Sell them individually? I agree. I agree, dude. Believe me. I would prefer if it wasn't a service. But I feel like it doesn't matter how they offer it, dude. Because eventually that service is gonna die, just like how the eShop died on just like how the Wii Shop died, the eShop on 3DS, on Wii U. You know, those are gonna die eventually. So, you know, we won't be able to get those games anymore. It's an industry problem for sure. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter how they offer it. That's still gonna be a point of contention for, like, a lot of people. Because we're just, you know, it's just too much. Or rather, no. What I'm trying to say, I'm distracted, sorry. What I'm trying to say is, it's a point of contention for people in the sense that you're not really owning the game when you buy it again digitally. Getting a license for it, and when the service dies, so does your copy, if you just so happen to delete it from your system. So it's kind of like, I don't think it matters how they offer it. If it's like a service, like how Nintendo's doing it, and how Sega is allegedly gonna be doing theirs, who knows how that's gonna happen. Or if they just sell it to you separately. It's just, I guess you have a bit more control when you just buy it digitally. But either way, this is why I don't advocate for digital games. Honestly, I don't advocate for it, but whatever. If the industry wants to move forward with that crap, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with this. We have gone for a circle with this? Yeah, we have. You have to create scarcity, decrease demand, to then simply use enforcement efforts. Yeah, dude. 3D All-Stars. Yeah! I don't think it worked as effectively as 3D All-Stars, because I think you can still get the game for a reasonable price. They try to create scarcity and urgency, but I still think you can get the game for a reasonable price. Mind you, I want to recommend you any of those games through those methods. Maybe you can make a case for Galaxy 1, but for SM6C4, dude, and Sunshine on 3D All-Stars, nah, stick to the original hardware, dude, or emulate them, whatever you have to do, but don't play them through that. They're, like, objectively a worse experience for it. You either complain that you're buying the same game again or on a different platform, or you complain as a subscription-based catalogs. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? It's essentially the same difference. At the end of the day, you don't own anything. Only physically could you make an argument. I kind of own it, you know? I own a copy of this. This is my copy, Smo. Objectively worse isn't right now, just talking from a speedrunner's perspective. He's right. It's more convenient for it to be more digital. I get it. I'm just better about it. You know, I don't have to like it, right? At the end of the day, I'm still a consumer, right? I'm still consuming these products. It makes sense for them to do the things with the way that they're doing it. I'm not gonna argue against it. I'm dead. Saying it's worse isn't really correct. I don't know, man. We still use Windows despite the way it is. It's true. I don't want to deal with Linux. That's why. I'm dead. You killed Windows. You shatter Windows. You probably head to a game store and find it in the used bin. Oh no, man. It's just for game preservation. It's not just from the speedrunner's perspective, Kai. I'm also looking at this from like a games preservation angle as well. I don't trust these companies to be like, hey, you can buy our game again. Here through the store. Here you go. Right? I don't trust it. I mean, sure, you can still dump your own copy. So I don't think it's far-fetched to say that as long as we have the means to get the games themselves, it should be fine. It's just, again, I guess it goes back to the speedrunning thing, actually, where I'm just talking about version differences. It's a lost art. I'm gonna cry. I'm alive. It's gonna be a lost art, and I hate it. Look at HBO. Wait, what's HBO doing? What? You kill the auto updater. Oh yeah, true. I should do that. Little Jamie buying Mario 3D All-Stars has no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, that's fine. Little Jimmy doesn't need to know. But Little Jimmy isn't the only guy, right? That's my argument. I can't really make a case for like, oh nice, for the average consumer, because it's too broad, dude. It's too broad. I can only tell you how I feel about it, right? I kind of feel like, you know what? We're just gonna be going in circles now to think about it with this discussion, because we're just talking about like an imaginary person, you know? Like Little Jimmy, for example. I'm sorry to break it to you, but Little Jimmy is not real. The other guy has his N64 game cartridge. He is most people, though. Little Jimmy is real. No, he is not real. Wake up. Little Jimmy is not real. I'm gonna die. I'm fine. I'm done. Little Jimmy is 90% of real consumers. No, Little Jimmy? What? No. Show me Little Jimmy right now. There's no way you said 90. That is an insane metric. There's no way. You just talk to him? No. No. He doesn't know. I'll give you 70. How about that? 70. Okay? A game... Dude. That's just... Oh, God. That's just lends more credence to the idea that ever since gaming went mainstream, it's gotten worse. I hate it. I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna be an old man for the rest of the stream. You wanna see Little Jimmy? No, I understand. No, listen, I'm not arguing. I'm not the majority. I'm definitely the minority. Dude, I've been in the minority since I was a kid, more or less. Okay, that's what you did. You blamed the failed GameCube. Oh yeah, we were talking about the GameCube. That's how we got here. Oh my god. I used to be Little Jimmy. I don't know if all of us were Little Jimmy, though.
The big one is here.
Big shit. Read again? What? You didn't say GameCube. Oh, Gamergate. Oh, sorry. My brain autocorrected. Sorry. Whenever I see... I don't know why I autocorrected. Gamergate? Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Why do you have to remind me of Gamergate? I think that was like over like 13 years ago, I think it was. Sorry. I'm reading too fast. I blame a lot of things. I think that it's a lot to blame. But I'm not here to point fingers, dude. What a stupid gate. Yeah. It was in 2015? I could have sworn it was a bit older than that. Dude, I think half the people that talk about Gamergate, no, more than half, they don't even know what it was about. Myself included. Dude, I was like, if it was really 2015, I had no idea what the hell the problem was. So it's something about journalism? Media, I don't know. I don't think anyone knew. I don't even know if it was just a nothing burger. I don't know. I just know it blew up. I think people memed more about Gamergate than like talking about the actual issues that Gamergate brought on. I don't know. I never looked into it because I determined that it was just stupid. Maybe it was stupid. Maybe it is stupid. I don't know. Maybe there were like real issues that were completely underhanded because it was memed to hell. I don't know. Yo, ends. Oh my god. Yeah, we're talking about bad things. Sorry. No, we're talking about the Switch 2 presentation. I've been yapping for like an entire hour. I don't even think we're halfway talking about it because there's so much. I see. But thank you for the raid, buddy. I appreciate it. And run. No, get back here, dude.
Huh?
Oh my god, no, we were talking about Gamergate and how no one knew what Gamergate was actually about. We have some ideas. Something about maybe not infidelity, but someone sleeping with someone, like journalism. I don't know, man. It was weird. How did we get to this point? We were talking about the GameCube catalog, dude, on this Nintendo Switch Online service. How did we get here? It led to people harassing women online. Yeah, it was awful. Would you say 2015 was the year when gaming really started to die? This is truly a nep yap stream. Yeah, I cannot stop yapping. I can't stop. This is the perfect game for me to yap in, dude. What can I say? Okay. Let's go back to the GameCube discussion, dude. Okay, we know there are gonna be like 3 games on launch, right? We have Wind Waker. Fantastic game. I love Wind Waker. I think it's great. I'm glad that they're offering it as part of the service. The biggest was F-Zero GX. Honestly. Because think about it. Nintendo is really good at hand-waving F-Zero, saying, hey guys, we know this exists, and I know you guys want it. But Miyamoto said, we can't do anything with this series because we cannot innovate. Because that man has to innovate literally every single series he touches. To a fault. Need I remind you to a fault? Because do I need to remind you about what happened with Star Fox Zero? I don't think so. I think we all know. I don't need to be that guy to tell you. It's also the Paper Mario stuff as well, when they got more involved in saying Mario no story. Sorry, everyone's got to be Toad now. Sorry. Soul Calibur 2 is the highest. Oh, honestly, yeah. Honestly, holy crap for Soul Calibur 2. That's kind of insane. What do you want? It's a Star Fox Command remake. Yeah, make the game good. I agree. Nah, I think Command is fine. It's just when people talk about Command, it's mostly about the you know, about the fan servicey, not fan service, like the fanfic story that it has going on. I like the idea behind it, really. The strategy element that was carried over from Star Fox 2, I think is like a really cool idea. I keep sliding, dude. I enjoyed Command when I played it as a kid. I just don't know how harsh I would be nowadays to it. The momentum, dude. You like the strategy action combination? The gameplay got kind of old, sure. I think it has its merits, if you ask me. I think Command was good. It's just, again, when people talk about Command, they just talk about the story and not about the actual gameplay itself. And believe me, the story itself is very questionable in a lot of ways. But hey, I don't think that takes away from how much fun I had with the game. I thought it was fine. You know, thinking that, oh, there's gonna be more Star Fox games, right? We're gonna get a Star Fox game for the Wii. It's gonna be great. And then when they get one, we did not get a Star Fox game for the Wii. We got a remake for Star Fox 64 on 3DS, and that was cool, but it wasn't new. So we had to keep waiting. And then Star Fox Zero came out. And that was like, wow, yeah, we all know the story. Yeah, I don't need to repeat it. Yeah, I don't need to be that guy. Yeah, the visual novel stuff had its ups and downs. Yeah. You all the ending when they become F-Zero drivers. Yeah, that was a very, but also kind of endearing in a way. Because it kind of connects both universes together. Especially considering that in F-Zero, James McCloud is like an actual racer. You know, Cloud's dad, he's just kind of there. So it's kind of like a little wink at that. And I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, going back to F-Zero GX real quick, dude. Dude, I rented that game all the time. I thought that was like my actual first F-Zero before F-Zero X. And being able to finally experience the game on an official capacity, I should mention. Like, it's actually being offered to you for you to play officially. Without having to emulate it through your own means, through Dolphin or whatever. Being able to do that, I think that's cool. What worries me more, actually, because, you know, you can use the Wii U adapter to use the game controller on Switch, right? What I have to ask is if I can use this adapter on Switch too. If it works natively with the Switch 2, I should say. Because this piece of junk is like from two generations ago, for the Wii U. The Wii U GameCube adapter that was first for Smash 4 is the one I'm talking about. So that one exists. I don't know if it'll be natively compatible with the Switch 2. Well, I guess we'll have to see. I don't think they're gonna answer that question and be like, hey, does this work with that? I really doubt that. I don't think we're really gonna hear about that. It's gonna be one of those things where you just have to try it and see if it works or not. But because I'm not gonna fork over $70 just to buy their wireless GameCube controller. I'm not doing that. And I would probably argue that a lot of GameCube games kind of really require you to use the actual controller for it because of the analog pressure shoulder buttons. Like, that's a huge feature for the controller, dude. A lot of games took advantage of that. You have Sunshine, with how much pressure you can add while using the nozzle. The flood nozzle. You had a Melee, where you could get like a soft shield or a hard shield, you know? You can affect the size of your shield, stuff like that. A lot of different games I remember using it. That's like the one key thing that I feel like this distinguishes the game controller from other controllers. Even if the PS2 did have pressure-sensitive face buttons, I kind of feel like the GameCube did that aspect a little bit better, if you ask me. But that's my bias. I had both growing up, so I mean, I like both controllers. I'm dead. Okay. Why did we never get analog shoulders buttons with a digital button at the bottom after the GameCube? I don't know. It might have been too cumbersome to implement. I don't know. I guess for the Wii, they just wanted to keep it simple, if you ask me. Maybe they just wanted to keep the thing simple for the Wii. Okay. You'll probably get the controller just to have it for Dolphin. Yeah, for Dolphin, I just use the Wii U adapter. The Wii U GameCube adapter, really. I don't need to use anything. Okay, goodbye. Okay. We'll just do it normally. Okay, never mind. Let me think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing F-Zero GX, dude. Soul Calibur 2 is a game I also missed out on. Again, I wasn't a fighting game guy growing up. I didn't know anyone who had Soul Calibur 2, so I don't think that helped. So being able to play that, I think will be very cool. Why did I jump? Okay. But yeah, dude, I'm just really wondering what other games are gonna be adding, because I think they're also adding Strikers. I think that's also cool. I think Luigi's Mansion was also like a planned thing that they showed off alongside Pokemon Colosseum, which I feel is not a game worth playing, but it's there. A whole bunch of stuff in there, which is cool. I'm so glad, dude. After so many years, Nintendo themselves are offering GameCube games. Again, you can emulate them, sure. But I kind of feel like it's a big deal when an actual company looks at their catalog of games and be like, you know what? We should just release these again, dude. I don't agree with the service model. I just feel at the very least, it'll make prices for some of the sought-after GameCube games be a little less bad. A little bit. Because it'll affect that market by a little bit. It never will. Yeah, Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. No, okay, so, alright, so there are some factors that come into play when it comes to retro games spiking up in price. I will probably argue the first one is the nostalgia behind the system, right? Some systems, like right now for the PS4, people are not gonna have nostalgia for that yet. You gotta give it like 1 or 2 more generations. Or for something like the GameCube, people are going to be nostalgic about that, right? Not to mention that with the advent of social media and YouTube videos, like hour-long essays about things you missed out on from particular games, you know, that brings games back into the public eye, and be like, oh yeah, I remember this game, I want to play it. And then you have resellers being like, we can capitalize on this because, you know, it's simple. It's simple supply and demand, you know? Simple economics. But in the case for the GameCube, a lot of the games for that system, they just stayed on the GameCube. And regardless of their quality, they would spike up in prices because you could only play them on GameCube. In an official capacity. So physical copies are always going to be sought after for collector purposes. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just the market itself will adjust depending on how interested people are actually wanting to buy a game for that console, right? Because right now GameCube is huge because that is like the nostalgia system. I would argue that's why the prices are so bad. It helps a little bit if the game is being offered in a service. Because I remember when Earthbound was like $200, dude. I remember that. But when it started coming out on the Wii U VC and just being offered a lot more often through like different options, it went down a little bit. It's still kind of expensive, but I don't think it used to be as expensive as before. It's gonna depend on the game too. Again, I think it's kind of like a case-by-case basis, but that's the general rule of thumb. So if you're a collector, I guess the thing that I can probably recommend that you do is first do your research, and if there's any game that you kind of feel like it's gonna spike up in price from this generation onward, we should just get it now, so you don't have to pay more later. But again, that's kind of like a case-by-case basis, if you ask me. It's just ultimately gonna depend on what you're looking for. Okay. Gotta be careful here. Go up. Okay. Half an hour tangent aside. What else would they show off? Okay, so we had the GameCube catalog, right? They talked about the game chat stuff. That was like around the beginning. I'm trying to remember what else, dude. Oh, goodbye. Cool. Trying to remember. What have I not talked about yet? What have I not talked about? I guess now is a good time as any for me to talk about the big releases, right? For first party. So Kirby Air Riders is confirmed, which is wild to me. Especially considering that Sakurai himself is at the helm of Kirby again, which is, I think it's nice. We've come full circle. It's great. A lot of people have nostalgia for Kirby Air Ride. And what I'm about to say doesn't take away from Kirby Air Ride. I just kind of feel like a lot of that nostalgia comes from City Trial because it was just so good. Every other mode was complementary to City Trial, if you ask me. I think that's great, honestly. But I have to really wonder if they know. They have to know, right? They have to know that the reason why people are so nostalgic for Kirby Air Ride is because of City Trial. So I'm really thinking if they're going to be revolving the whole game around that. Because it's kind of hard to say if Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube was designed with that idea in mind, where there's like, oh, City Trial is like the main thing, right? The main event. I don't think it is. At least I don't think that was like the developer intended like main mode, right? The main mode is like the actual air riding, like the races. It just so happened that City Trial was the thing that people enjoyed the most. I mean, myself included. It's kind of like the same thing with Sonic Adventure 2, where people are nostalgic for that game because of the Shower Garden. Or rather, they're more likely to be more nostalgic for that game because of the Shower Garden, is what I'm trying to say. Because of that. So I have to really wonder what the direction for Kirby Air Riders is going to be. What?
Señor Neptune.
Yes?
May we have your opinion on the human X behavior relationship that is put on clear display in the Minecraft movie coming out tomorrow, April 4? Please be honest. We don't know yet.
I forgot the Minecraft movie was coming out tomorrow, dude. Thank you for the 10 bits. I didn't watch that scene. I didn't see that consummate. I didn't want to. I'm sorry. I did not want to think about that. Yeah, the Minecraft movie is coming out tomorrow, guys. It's time for the Minecraft movie watch along. Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot that was tomorrow, dude. You just reminded me. That's insane. Okay. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Sakurai is gonna do with the new Kirby Air Ride. Poor man's never gonna retire. Oh my god. I hope he takes a break, dude. I hope he takes breaks during dev time, because Jesus Christ, dude. When it was working on Ultimate, things got bad, I've heard. They got real bad. But I can only hope that he's looking out for himself. Because game dev work is no joke, dude. Especially nowadays. I don't need to talk about that. I don't need to talk about crunch time. I don't need to talk about unfair layoffs. Dude, life sucks. Anyway. Is this a boom button? No, it's a spring. You're watching cell phone footage of the Minecraft movie on TikTok on this particular account, and let me tell you, why was this movie made the way it was made? Oh boy. Are you serious? I died? Okay. Cool. We should watch it for movie night. Okay. Sure. We'll watch the Minecraft movie on a movie night. Why not? Oh god. What was I saying, dude? I forgot. Okay, yeah. Kirby Air Riders. And then the big one. The game that was being worked on by the Mario Odyssey team. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was sold on it, dude. Instantaneously. When I saw that footage, I thought it was gonna be Mario Odyssey 2 or something, honestly. Because of the game's art style just being very very reminiscent of Odyssey. But no, it's a Donkey Kong game. It's great. No, I listen. I think the reason as to why we have the Donkey Kong redesign is so we can make Donkey Kong a bit more expressive. Because I kind of feel like Rare DK, for as much as I love him, didn't have too much room for expression, right? Like that's not to say that, you know, they couldn't animate him to be like as expressive, right? I don't think they could have. I think the DKC Return games did a pretty good job for that, if you ask me, to make DK expressive. But you cannot deny the fact that this particular iteration of DK is a lot more expressive. You can even see it from the trailer, dude. I like that. I think this DK I might warm up to because of that detail alone. It's a lot more expressive. Hell, be more expressive than the than in the Donkey Kong iteration of the Mario movie, I'd argue. You know, not the Seth Rogen Donkey Kong, right? Gameplay alone is 10 out of 10. Yeah, dude, terraforming the level like that, that's really fun. That's gonna be really fun to do, I think. Careful. I need to like bait this thing, right? Or I need to just run. Okay, goodbye. You don't like the visuals. I think they're fine. Honestly, I think the visuals are alright. I don't have a problem with them, personally. Looks like a Mario game with DK in it. How am I supposed to do this? Do I just need to go fast? Oh, I know what to do. Never mind. I know what to do. This movie is just Jack Black doing a Minecraft Let's Play. That sounds really funny, though. There's two key differences between the old design and the new design. One, the eyes are pressed together instead of apart, and two, old DK's eyebrows ridge is now a double arch and actually act like eyebrows. That's probably why it's more expressive, right? Because of the eyebrows. Makes more room for that. You still hate the design? All you see is Seth Rogen. I can separate the design between both. But I can understand people not really warming up to it either. Especially considering that we've had the same DK since '94, dude. Since DKC. And that's the design they stuck with for 30 plus years for this character. So I think it makes sense for there to be some mixed feelings on the design. I was mixed on it too. But I think I'll slowly warm up to it once I get more used to it, because this is going to be the new normal for DK. We're just going to have to get used to it, unfortunately. But, you know, to each their own. Can we talk about legally distinct Bloodborne now, actually? Oh my god. I think it's really funny. Because the way that I see it is like, it's Miyazaki giving a middle finger to Sony for closing off Japan's studio and holding Bloodborne hostage. So they just said, fine, we'll make our own Bloodborne. And they did. But for the first couple of seconds, I thought it was actually going to be Bloodborne 2. But once we saw a bit more of it, I was like, oh yeah, it's its own thing. Cool. Took long enough? It's a lot to talk about. God damn it. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, I think even FromSoft knows this. This is like Bloodborne in a lot of ways. It's got that gothic aesthetic. It has to do with blood. I mean, come on. The parallels are right there, dude. But I've heard that it's not going to be a traditional Souls-like. I don't remember what people were saying about it. I'm still gonna get it, because, you know, it's FromSoft. I'm a FromSoft junkie, dude. I'm gonna enjoy that. Thoroughly. But, I liked what I saw. I just wish I knew what the gameplay was. I think people were talking about that I don't know what it is. And some people were suddenly not on board with it. I think it's more of a PvP game or something like that. I don't know. No clue. Careful here. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like... Oh no! Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. Because of course I am. I'm also excited for Night Rain to come out. The game was gifted to me as a pre-order. So it's just a matter of waiting for the game to actually come out and play it. It's gonna be neat. It's gonna be a great time. This year's gonna be good for games, dude. I feel it. I think it's been good so far. It's been good. I hope the momentum is kept. Careful. It's a cool little obstacle though, like this. Oh no! Insert obligatory licensed song into a video game music scene here. Oh my god, dude. Is the Minecraft movie checking all the boxes? Is that what's happening? Or should I say all the blocks? This is Minecraft, you know? We love Minecraft. Careful, I need to like actually focus for this level. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. There you go. It's so surreal. I see. You're happy for legally distinct Bloodborne, but you do wish it was a full proper game and not a PvPvE extraction game thing. Yeah, it's kind of strange, but I guess we just gotta see how it turns out, really. I'm down to let FromSoft experiment with different ideas, honestly. Because if you really think about it, FromSoft, other than AC6, they've kind of been doing the same thing. Yeah, it's very surface level, right? Like, I know better. I know for sure, 100%, it's not been surface level. But the formula is very similar across a lot of their titles, right? It's very similar. So, them adding a twist to it, I think that's fine. I'm open to the idea to see how they do it. I'm open to it. Okay, jump on down. Cool. Next one. Okay. Did I miss anything else? Any major announcements? I think that was it, right? I think I covered pretty much everything, right? So we can then finally talk about the price. Okay. I won't pretend that I'm like an economist. I am not one. I cannot tell you why the prices of eggs are as they are in excruciating detail with the nuance that it deserves. I cannot be that guy. I am not that guy. I will, however, tell you that as a regular consumer of products, particularly of the video game variety, what I can tell you is that I was expecting for the system to be $400. Because when they started talking about all this high fidelity crap, you have like this huge display. It can output in 4K up to 120 hertz. I started feeling, uh-oh, that's gonna be hefty, a very hefty price point, which is very, I think that's fine, honestly. Especially, but it's weird. Because historically, Nintendo has always been, well, not always, but for a very long time, since the Wii, Nintendo has been the more economic option, the cheaper option, if you will, across, for that generation. You were basically trading power for something that's a bit more affordable and exclusives. We don't have that anymore, you know? Drop the price. Dude, the treehouse was insane. Dude, they're not gonna drop the price. Like, I know they're memeing, but it wouldn't surprise me if some people genuinely believe that doing this will have we'll have them reassess. Because you guys remember when the 3DS came out? It was like, well, $250? And people were like, that's expensive. So it didn't do so hot. So they made the executive decision to do a price cut for the system. I think it was like $100 price cut, wasn't it? Was it $50 or $100? But Nintendo's not gonna do that, right? That was more of an Iwata decision. I don't think they're gonna do that. If you ask me, I don't think they're gonna bring down the price. Yeah, they cut it by $100. Yeah, okay, it was 100. Yeah. I feel like that's not gonna happen. No, I doubt that. No, there's no way that's happening again. I'm dead. The performance sounds fake, probably making fake frames. The real frames are also probably partially fake because of the upscaling. I don't know how many technical details we know about the Switch 2. Right? I gotta pay $10 to do that, dude. It's the tech demo that you have to pay for. Still stupid, but whatever. Oh, oops. How should I do this? I need to build speed first, I think. Or I can just drop, right? From up here. I don't need to complicate this. Just drop from the top. There you go. We know the Switch 3 is using Switch 2 is using a custom processor made by Nvidia. Yeah, that's been the case for Nintendo for a very long time. They've been partnering with Nvidia since I think the Wii? No, not the Wii. Maybe the Wii U. I don't remember. It's not the first time. I know that for sure. Yeah, them having something proprietary to themselves, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. I'm dying. What was I saying? Right, okay, so when they were talking about the hardware features, and they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be $450. I'm like, yeah. Makes sense. When I first saw the price, I started thinking about the Steam Deck, right? Because again, I am not an advocate for the Steam Deck, because I am not the target audience for that. So I never bothered to, like, actually think about it. Be like, okay, how powerful is the system? Because, you know, the main big obvious difference between both the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck is that the Steam Deck is less proprietary, right? You can customize it however you want. But let's be real here. Most people are buying the Steam Deck just so they can play Steam games, and that's it. Everything else regarding it, like, oh, it's run on its own OS, so you can run stuff on it natively. You know, it's cool, but that's not what the regular user is buying it for, right? That's, if anything, that's a bonus. When it comes to Nintendo, you're buying it for that system. You can't really do much outside of what they intend for you to do. That's a bit more limiting. But how much is a Steam Deck? How much is it? And how powerful is it? Because I need like a reference here, dude. Some people also bought the Steam Deck to play Switch games on it. Well, I guess that's egg on their face. Because, oh jeez. Because now we can do that again with the Switch 2. With arguably more features too. But who knows? How much is the Steam Deck? How much was it? Is it like 500? I don't remember, dude. Again, this is a market I'm not tapped into because it's just, quite frankly, it's not something I'm interested in getting. The Switch 2, I'm getting because of the exclusives, mostly. I would probably argue it's mostly because of the exclusives, really. And the fact that it's convenient, that it's backwards compatible with the Switch 1. I think that's cool. It's $360. No, because most games won't have the 60 FPS upgrade that the Steam Deck can do. That is true. That is true, but because I know they're going to be select titles, mostly first party. They're going to be the ones that are going to have the upgrade packs. But who's to say that, unless they confirm this, and so you can just debunk what I'm saying. But what, was there any mention of being like, okay, you know what, even if you don't have the upgrade pack, you can expect a performance boost for Switch 1 games across the board, right? Is that something reasonable? Or is that more tied down to the software itself? Because I don't know. $400 for the cheapest model of the Steam Deck, which is $256 with an LCD screen. What about the specs? $400 is quite a bit. But what about the specs? Astral Chain with real frame rates. None of those fake frames. You saw the Minecraft movie and it sure is something. Oh, come on, dude.
Nice smile.
You can't... then again, it is Consummate. I was gonna say, we gotta watch it blind. That's fine. That's alright. It's slightly weaker than the Switch 2. It's slightly weaker in what sense? Like, are we talking in just like in terms of like its processing power? Okay, wait. I can get out of here, right? You're fine? Okay. Performance in general. I see. Specs are the same across each Steam Deck. It's roughly as powerful as a base PS4. Most early rumors put Switch 2 at slightly better than PS4 Pro. I understand. I get you. I see. Because I'm wondering, how much of an argument can you make between, oh, should I get a Stream Deck or should I get a Switch 2? Because there's going to be a couple of main factors that come into play for this. If you want a more customized experience that's tailored to your needs, so you just want to emulate games, if you just want to play Steam games, because that catalog for that is just going to be endlessly expanding until the end of time, then sure, play it on the Steam Deck. Especially since there are some games that I believe do get versions that are compatible with the Steam Steam Deck. Because I feel like there was something like that for like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think there was like an adjustment made specific for the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck has way bigger library and cheaper games. Yeah, that's another point of contention right there. All right, the elephant in the room. Because again, $450 for the console itself, I'm okay with. Right? It makes sense. You know, aside, kind of feel like, thinking about it now, I think that's more of the buzzword to throw around to shift blame onto something. If anything, the tariffs are something we need to worry about more when it comes to literally anything else. But that's beside the point. Here we go. It can be used to play other console games or emulators. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You also have the option for emulators. So there's that too. It's stuff that's only gonna keep getting better, right? As well. Like, not better in the sense that, you know, it's just... in terms of performance for a lot of these emulators, I'd imagine. But I think it kind of goes back to the ease of use between the two. Because, you know, Nintendo's always been very good when it comes to the ease of use of their own consoles. Very pick up and play sort of deal. I don't know how pick up and play the Steam Deck is. I'd imagine it's fine if you just want to play games on it. It's fine, like Steam games specifically. Because if you want to play it on emulators and stuff like that, you do need to do some extra work. And I'd imagine that the average consumer does not want to do that. I can't blame them. You log in and go. Okay, alright, that's good. That's good. Ease of use is very important when it comes to this sort of stuff. Especially for a system like this. But you can't play Super Mario Kart. It's true. People are going to be saying, dude, just wait until the Steam Deck can emulate it. But, at least when it comes to Mario Kart, part of the reason why you play Mario Kart is to play online, right? You're going to be missing out on the core experience of Mario Kart, especially considering that Mario Kart itself is like 24 racers now, dude. This sort of work has been very streamlined with the community efforts like EmuDeck. Okay, that's good. That's actually great news to hear. The more you can streamline the process, the better it is for the average consumer. That's good. If anything, it's good that that there's direct competition between the two now. I think that's good. Because before with the Switch 1, between the Steam Deck, it was a no-brainer. The Steam Deck is better, like in every shape or form, in every capacity. There's no arguing with that. But now I kind of feel like there's a bit more nuance with the discussion, because again, even if we get to the point where we can emulate Switch 2 games on the Steam Deck, online functionality is something you're gonna miss out on. And a lot of games, core experiences, namely Mario Kart. I can only really speak for Mario Kart for now. But for games like that, the core experience is the online. So, sure, you can play Mario Kart World on your Steam Deck eventually, but yeah, you're gonna be missing out on that. And that could be like a selling point for people. Switch 2 has Prime 4 now? Oh, I mean, he's not wrong, actually. The Prime 4 would be one of those games where it's kind of like, yeah, you don't need online functionality. You can just play it. For me, you never bought a console based on its power, what it is capable of, what it can actually do with it. Which mostly means what games are available. Only thing Steam Deck can give me over PC is mobility, which is not a need I have. So it's not a buy. But Switch 2 has games I cannot get elsewhere, so it is a buy. Yeah, that has always been the argument for me. And Nintendo is always going to have that advantage. Always. PS4 and Sony and Xbox? Nah, dude. You cannot justify it. I'm sorry. You cannot. Nowadays, you cannot justify getting that PS5. For example, I don't think you can. But that being said, yo, Brisket. Yo, dude, welcome to the yappening. I've been yapping for the past 2 hours about the Direct. We've been jumping through a lot of topics, dude. It depends. Chasing PC hardware lately is bad. Okay, ease of use is always going to be the main selling point when it comes to getting a console. That's always going to be the case. It's always going to be cheaper. It's always going to provide the least amount of headaches. This has been the argument since the dawn of time, where it's like, yeah, PCs are better. But you have an issue? Good luck, buddy. That's never going to change. Let's be real here. Everyone's hardware is different. Consoles are more streamlined. They're like their own PC set to like... So developers can be like, okay, you know what? This is how it's going to run here. That sort of thing. And it sucks. Dude, nothing sucks more than having a tech issue, going to a forum and be like, I have this issue, guys. And then you gotta go through like a myriad of different steps to maybe fix the issue. Not to mention that PC ports for a lot of games just suck. I'm looking at you, Square. Like, oh my god. They're just bad. You gotta like wait months for the game to even be in like in a stable state. Like, oh my god, dude. It's so bad. Hell yeah, man. That price for games is crazy. The price for games, it's not a Nintendo problem, it's a game industry problem. I'm always going to be saying that. It was going to happen. At some point it was going to happen. I'm still amazed that Mario Kart is $90. I think that is the main sticking point for me. Because the DK game being 80 is like, that hurts, but alright. But Mario Kart, yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief, but you know. No, it's Nintendo.
Nice smile.
Before it was Sony, now it's Nintendo. Then it's just gonna be everyone, dude. We were just too used to the $60 game format since the PS2, dude. Again, different time period, different markets. The game industry was at a different state. So I don't like making the argument that, oh, N64 games were $80 back then. Or Super Nintendo games were around that price range as well. Which kind of, you know, made PS1 games a lot more reasonable to get because they were generally cheaper than cartridge-based games. But that's beside that point. I don't think we can really make that argument here necessarily, now that I think about it, because again, different market. I don't think it's fair to compare them. But I think it is fair to say we've been here before. It's just that the cost of living now sucks. And just hearing that games are only increasing in price hurts more. It's bad. Yeah, I was talking about the paid hardware demo. I think that is wild. Like, what the hell, dude? I talked about that earlier. Typos everywhere? Wait, is it actually not 90? Okay, is this actual misinformation? Hold up. Mario Kart, it was 100% to be confirmed, 90 physical, 80 digital, right? 100% without a doubt, right? Second game industry crash? Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to that. We need a soft reset, dude. We need a soft reset. Here we go. SNES games, we went over 75. We have gone full circle. Yeah. It's just for different reasons as to why we went full circle. It's wild, dude. And here's what sucks about it. We don't have Blockbuster to circumvent it, man. Instead of paying like $75 for like a game once, you can just rent it out for like a weekend for $5. We don't... can't exactly rent games. Maybe you can to some degree, but it's not going to be as widespread as before. That's what I'm saying. It's not a real rental market, is what I'm trying to say. It's not like the movie industry, right? It's just different. It's not like Amazon Prime where you just like, or YouTube, or the YouTube thing, where you just pay for like a you know, the thing. Xbox Game Pass is kind of sort of renting. That is the closest to like an economic way for you to like save money and also be able to play a huge catalog of games. I miss when it was $1, but it wasn't gonna stay $1 forever. So it was good when it was like that. Consummate things were spoiled. I think I agree. Games staying 60 for as long as they did since the PS2 was kind of like a luxury. Now that games are being increased, it's like a slap in the face considering wages haven't increased with the times. That's what I was saying. Cost of living is just overall a lot more expensive, and wages aren't increasing. So yeah, we're cooked, dude. It's over. Oh my god, I'm dead. Only confirmed to be 80 euros for digital and 90 euros for physical in the EU Mario Kart World. DK is $10 less, and a website only shows 80 for Mario Kart World and 70 for DK Bonanza. I see. Okay. Oh my god. I miss when games were simple. I think it's really easy to fall into that cynical trap, dude. Like, I get it. I understand. Times are bad. Things are expensive. And I really wish the games were cheaper. I really wish they were cheaper. But, I don't know what to say in regards to that, dude. There's nothing I can say about that. As they say, it is what it is. And I think it sucks that not everyone will be able to afford a Switch 2. Because if you ask me, I mean, I can't just say not considering the price, because pricing is just as important to actually sell a system. Not in the literal sense, but in the sense where it's like, yeah, I can get this because I will be getting my money's worth. But it's just like, yeah. Reality of it, right? At some point in a couple of years, the Switch 2 might go down in price, but the games won't. The games will still say 80. They'll still stay at the same price. And that sucks. That's something that's staying long term. You guess the virtual game card can help? Yeah, I guess so. To some degree. But I think that's gonna be more of a third-party thing, if anything. First party with the virtual game card, I don't think that's gonna happen. You can't afford the thing either way, so it's whatever to you. I've been saving up for it, expecting it to be 400. I'm willing to fork over an extra 100 for it, because again, you know, I've been saving for it. I might as well get it. And there are games for it that I do want to play for it. And I do fully intend on playing this a lot compared to my Switch. 100%. Like, that is gonna be in full intention. So for me, anecdotally speaking, I see myself playing on this thing a lot. It's just, I have to be very picky with what games I get for it, because Jesus Christ, it is a huge asking price. Huge, dude. I'm not gonna get the camera. I don't think so. It's like $35 extra, dude. I don't know. I don't know if I want the camera. Hold up. Go down. Oh. You barely use the Switch? Yes, honestly, same. I played it for a while. Just after a couple of years, I just stopped playing on it. Because I've just been mostly playing on my PC. And I have the option to just stay PC, but again, there are games I want to play on the Switch too. They're only coming out on the Switch too. So I wanna get a Switch too. It's as simple as that. Fun fact, Wii Sports was only included for free with the Wii because Reggie begged Nintendo GP to do it. It was not free in Japan. Really? Reggie made the right move, dude. Again, I still feel like the Wii success... Like, the Wii has Wii Sports to thank for its success, I feel. Honestly. I think bundling it with the system was a genius move. It paid off. We need Reggie back. Man. Some people would argue that back when Iwata and Reggie were around, as the heads, you know, as the representatives, that's when Nintendo was fun. Because nowadays, people are kind of like a lot more jaded when it comes to Nintendo, but I kind of feel like... I think that's warranted to some extent. I get it. It's just everything is just jaded nowadays. I'm just kind of sick of the negativity, but that's unrelated to this. Wii Sports helped it sell like hotcakes. Yeah, it was a very bold... It was a bold, calculated move that ended up paying off in the long run. Wii Sports carried the Wii. This is the first time I'm hearing that it wasn't bundled with JP. That's interesting. Kind of makes me wonder why. It was, yeah, that was a really smart move. Just like how it was a smart move for them to cut the price for the 3DS by $100. I think that was also a smart move. The 3DS didn't do as good as the DS, but hey, it did pretty well. It's just kind of a shame that, you know, eventually 3DS games start using the 3D because they recognize that as a stupid gimmick. I mean, I stopped using 3D. Most people that I know that have used the 3DS only really used it for like maybe a couple months, and then the novelty kind of wore off or started hurting their eyes, so they just kind of like stopped. I don't blame them either. Game Boy with Tetris was another great move. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So at least on the handheld department, Nintendo has always been very good. Virtual Boy notwithstanding. We don't talk about that. It can't even argue it was like a true portable system, dude. Actually, nah. I don't think so. It's on 3D like maybe 5 times. I used it for a while, but, you know, novelty kind of run off. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree. Nah, I want to call it a handheld. You couldn't, like, lunge that thing around, dude. You couldn't bring it around with you. we're going to set it down. Yeah, it's not really a, it's not really a portable system. So my point still stands then. Every single portable system that Nintendo has released has always been a banger. Every single one. Without fail. Some better than others, but they've all been fantastic. Need to get some sippy, dude. This has been the most I japped in a stream, like, non-stop, I think. Insane. There's so much to talk about, right? I came to this stream prepared, but even then, I'm still a little bit overwhelmed by just the amount of information that we just needed to, like, break down, you know? It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. Yeah, I should be able to trap it, right? Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Cool. Careful here. Nice. This game is a yap game? Yeah, it's perfectly for yapping. I actually do like the game. I think it's cool. But, is there anything else I'm missing that I wanted to talk about? In terms of the, Switch 2. Because again, anecdotally, for my own experience as a consumer, for me, it's worth it. I can see why it's not worth it for some people. I can understand that. If it's either the price point, them not being sold on the fact that, you know, they're not really going to buy for the exclusives, I can understand that. But for me, I'm going to get it. It's just levels, yeah. You just do a whole bunch of levels. It's like arcadey flash game fun. Is what I would describe it as. Oops. Dude. Okay. Here you go. How about going for harder levels? Sure. I could do that. I just kind of figured I just might as well clear all these levels. And see how it goes, you know? Where's the Switch? There it is. Oh, goodbye. Considering the, this almost sucks a little bit. Original N and N Plus were Flash games, it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, they were. I played N Plus on the PSP. It was neat. This is a game from a bygone era. Because if you guys were here for the Tuesday stream, where we played, like, the awful mobile games, I think Consummate put it quite nicely when he said, you know, the Flash games themselves were something that we grew up with. Like, at the very least, they were made with passion, right? Like, they were, a lot of them were trash, right? But they weren't made to rake in profit through, like, ads or whatever, through, like, ad revenue. They were just made because people just wanted to make it. Quality notwithstanding, it was just cool. But nowadays, oh, dude, dude, the world sucks. Oh my god, I'm not helping the discussion here. But why does everything suck so much now? Jesus Christ. You're hoping to reveal another launch titles for the Switch Super for release. So far, it just seems to be Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza in July, and Prime 4 isn't until August at the earliest. I'm so upset about that still, dude. I'm still upset. I just want to know when Prime 4 is coming out, dude, because I'm doing a Metro Marathon. I gotta plan this crap. I gotta know when the game's coming out, dude. Gotta know. This is why you can say why gaming sucks today. Mobile games were a mistake. I can see where you're coming from, Cord. And to some degree, I can agree. For sure. I can agree. Paid horse armor. We'll never forget about that. Oh my god. You really liked Angry Birds sweating today? You saw a video today where it's just all the online spaces are on vibrant and kids have no space like they used to, like how Nickelodeon main page has some shows now, and takes you to the subscription service login from there. Yeah, everything is just overly centralized on social media, dude. No Wild West anymore. Wild West isn't profitable. It's bad out here, dude. Oh my god. I just want to go back, dude. It's not even me about, you know, being just nostalgic. I legit think things were just better back then. In every sense of the word. I just think things were just better. Oh, God. How do I cope with all this, dude? Now I'm sad. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? What do you guys think? I'm dead. Oh my god. It's just something to look forward to. Because for me, it's mostly been about the games that I care about. Like, in terms of like being a consumer, I mean, like, you know. I'm being dumb. Okay. Yeah, this game basically became like, this stream just basically became, kids these days don't know. But not in the sense where it's like, oh, come on, like, we had it better. In the sense of being like, what's the word I want to use here? Being, what's the word, dude? Words are hard. Service games and mobile games trends to story gaming in general? Oh, no, dude. Actually, yeah, I would argue that live service games are the biggest problem we have nowadays when it comes to games. 100%. Like, I think that is, like, the biggest contender for the problem. Just happy to play your old games at 60 frames? Yeah, true. You don't have service games, but devs took the worst of a service game and focused on that. I need to stop. I need to, like, focus here, dude. Okay. Here you go. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess what I was trying to say earlier, where kids these days don't know. It's more like, I'm not trying to, like, undermine the younger generation. I'm just saying, like, you guys missed out on a lot of things I think were pretty cool. And in hindsight, I kind of feel like we took it for granted. At least I did. I took it all for granted, dude. The Wild West of the internet. Like, the early to late 2000s. That was great. Simpler times. Now it's all just crap. It's all bad. I'm sad now. Ugh. Alright, let's lighten up the mood at the very least. I can say I'm happy about the software catalog. I'm very happy about that. I think the software games, the games themselves are going to be fantastic. And that's something to look forward to, for sure. I always feel like there's always going to be, you know, no matter what era of gaming we are, things get worse. We have a crash. And at the very least, we can just go back and experience the classics. Because, you know, they're not going to go away anytime soon, at the very least. There are ways to play them. And I'm always going to be a contender for that. Be like, okay, listen. If you think... If you're going to be a doomer about how games are nowadays, just give old games a try. Right? There's so much to play, dude. It's insane. How many options we actually have in terms of the games that we can end up playing. I think that's cool. Oh, no. Most of younger players only play games that they have some social iteration or mechanics like gacha and grinding. It's, yeah. Yeah. I can definitely feel that, dude. Because that's how a lot of these live server games are built. On those elements. Yeah, wait. Yeah. Nice. You're going back to play all the Halo games? I'm going to be doing that with Flora. When she comes back. On May. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Oh, no! And it's annoying. The good thing about Discord, the silver lining, I would argue, is that, sure, mainstream gaming sucks. But when it comes to, you know, the more niche stuff, the underground stuff, I kind of feel like it's good now, right? Especially when it comes to emulation as well. Emulation is looking pretty good. You can experience a lot of the classic titles in new ways. You know, you have randomizers, you have, like, mods that make the games look better. At least, in that regard, I think games are looking pretty good. Skyrim mods, it's just, you know, anything with mods, really. Things that just, like, enhance the experience of a lot of the older stuff. We always have classic and indie games, so there's that too. If you're looking for newer stuff, You can rely on the indie games a little bit more. You can lean more into that. I'm just gonna beat the level. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, never mind. Okay. We need to make one of those forever worlds for Minecraft. I don't know what that is, but that sounds scary. Rely on bootlegs. He did not just say that, dude. That jump was bad. No, I'm good, I'm good. Oh, that's what I mean. Just having, like, one world that we just keep going back to. I don't know. For me, Minecraft is always gonna be the one game that I play, like, once and then never again. Because I just can't, dude. I cannot... something about Minecraft I just cannot, like, vibe with. I get bored of the game. And that's something that's kind of rare. If you ask me, it's hard for me to get bored of a game. But for Minecraft... I just get bored. Your go back to games is like PSO1 and RO. For me, it's kind of a mood thing because again, I'm a variety streamer, right? So my go-to retro games is always going to be like an expanding list. It's never going to stop. Especially since next week I'm going to be playing DK64. So imagine that. RO? Yeah, Ragnarok online. Yeah. That's an old one. Oh my god. Okay. Focus up. So it's really hot in my room. I gotta fix that. Cool. I'm just glad that a lot of my favorite games that I like to play are, as far as I'm aware, always going to be readily available for me to get. That's the one silver lining that I can rely on, and the fact that Silk Song's finally coming out sometime, I don't know. At least when it comes to indie games. Hell, like, I've been playing this one Monster Hunter game for the PSP, and there's private servers for that too. It's neat. I mean, if a community is big enough, they come together, and they do the things in order to make sure that they can preserve the original game experience as best as they can, then great. Yeah, I'm playing Freedom Unite, by the way. Instead of playing Wilds, I'm playing, like, the clunky Monster Hunter game. That's fine. I kind of like it. A Castle Core game. That's right. My brother in Christ. What? Did he play that one, Omega? Did he play Freedom Unite? Freedom Unite is goated? Yeah. Oh, United, sorry. No, Unite. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I've been having a... good time with the game so far. Cool. Okay. You didn't play with some friends recently? Oh, yeah. With the private servers, right? To, like, the Hunterverse? Is that what you were doing? Yeah, okay, nice. Very cool. Careful. I was gonna say something. I think it's a good thing that, that the variety of games that I play, like, it's very vast, dude. I don't just play retro, I play modern. Any game from any era, from any genre, more or less, you know, within reason. And I think that's been cool to experience while streaming. I think that's been fantastic. Oh my god. So many cool games to play. That's the point I'm trying to make, dude. To like at least end the discussion on a positive note. Things may suck, but there is a silver lining. You can make the experience, at least when it comes to playing games, a lot better for yourself. Gotta find what you like. Try to stick with it. You know? Because, I don't know, dude. I kind of feel like a lot of people spend too much energy just being mad at how things are. Not pointing fingers, for the record. I'm just saying, that's just the thing that I just see online all the time. People being angry. I'm just so tired of being angry. There's so much energy, dude. I mean, I already have so much to do. And, you know, it's like, I don't have the energy for this, man. I'm tired. I don't want to be angry all the time. I feel like I should be angry at other things. Not at how the game industry is. No, that's not how I choose to look at it, okay? It could be worse, sure. But the way I'm choosing to look at it is that the things that don't suck are very good. It's a silver lining. I guess it's more like a glass half full sort of argument for myself. You know, things may suck, but there is a silver lining, and you know things can get better. It might just require a little bit of work to get to that point. You know what I mean? But you know, to each their own. I'm not gonna tell you how to cope. I just know how I can cope. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, here we go. Okay. God. Oh, where am I going? It's fine. Getting kind of hungry though. I know I ate before stream, but I think all this yapping made me hungry, so I should probably do some grocery shopping tomorrow after I get my work stuff done. Because I think tomorrow we're playing PSU, if I remember correctly, and I gotta be prepared for that. I haven't played the game like a month, dude. I gotta be ready. Gotta be ready to play. Hell, like... I don't know what else to do in PSU other than leveling stuff up. I know how to think about it. I'm not sure what else to do. If anything, at least this is the way that I'm choosing to look at it, because this is just how I'm doing it. Oh, oops, goodbye. Is that when it comes to PSU, it's just kind of a game I just kind of treat to just be like, okay, this is on the background, and then I just kind of like, yep, I'm yapping. Yapping a lot. I mean, that's me every stream, but you know, but some streams I yap more than others. If it's a game that I can just play without having to think too much, like this one, where it's like, yeah, it's platforming, momentum-based platforming, not that. But I can reasonably beat this while talking because I'm used to doing that now, and I'm the platformer guy, so it's not that big of a deal for me to be able to do something like this. This is looking bad. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Forgot they bounce off each other. That sucks. I'm not gonna go for the bonus. I'm just gonna go for the thing. This. Careful. Alright, so now I'm gonna ask the question because I'm genuinely interested in knowing what you guys are gonna do. Who here is gonna be getting a Switch 2 on launch? Oh my god, I don't like this color. Hell no. Yeah, I don't blame you. You?
The big
yeah,
one.
Me.
Is
I'm
here.
getting one. Yeah. Big maybe. I see. If you can pre-order it, you will be. Been saving up for a good while now. Yeah, that's my situation too. I had the full intention of getting the system to begin with. It depends on the Brazil prices. Yeah, it's not looking good, but we'll see how that goes. Literally the same treatment you gave to the PS5. Okay. You barely play your Switch? Yeah, that is fair. More than valid. I'm not here to judge. I mean, it's everyone's money. Like, when it comes to this, it's your money, right? Like, I can't tell you what to do. And vice versa, right? Like, you know what you want best. That's what I'm trying to say. My controller died, but I lived. Cool. Yeah, I'll be getting it. Okay. Wait, I feel like I'm doing the same levels again. I think I am. Yeah, I am. I am. Okay, go back. Cool. You know what this game reminds me of, actually? I don't know if anyone will remember this game. But maybe some people will if you frequented Newgrounds. But there was this one game called Alien Hominid that came out on consoles as well, and it had like a game creator mode, like a level creator mode, and that was one of the main things that piqued my interest when it came to Mario World ROM hacking. Unironically, because I think I did that first. Any game that offered me any sort of customizability to make your own level were instantly my favorites, because I have so many creative juices, you know? To be like, I want to make my own level. I have all these cool ideas. And that's what I did. Alien Hominid for, like, consoles, they'd have, like, a mode like that. I had a lot of fun with it. Like, making, like, your own, like, little puzzle platformer. I think that's very neat. Can I charge you ultimate stages? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll do it after this one and see how it goes. I'll do, like, a set and see how it goes. Looking at how much you play your normal Switch, setting fire to 500 euros will achieve the same effect. Yeah. Understandable. I mean, you're not a Nintendo guy, right, Shade? Like, that's never been, like, something that's you were, like, interested in? Not really? I see, yeah. I was a really big into Nintendo as a kid. I had both Sony and Nintendo in my household, but I was mostly Nintendo. Because, you know, that's what I liked. You have all of them since the Wii. I see. I have all of them since the Super Nintendo. What is that? Hell. If my grandma told me that she was gonna throw away the NES, I would have told her, hey, give it to me instead. So I can play it. And just keep it, you know? But I was like 6 when they threw it out, so I didn't have any agency, and you know, not to mention that I didn't know the concept of game systems going bad, and me eventually wanting all of them. I didn't know that. I was 6, so what was I supposed to know? Oh, right, the DS. Okay, so if there's one thing that I would say that Nintendo has made very questionable things about when it comes to their handhelds, it's the DS and their different iterations of it. Because you have the DS Lite, the DSi, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the 2DS, the new 3DS. What else was there? What was there an actual DSi XL? Was there actually? I think there was, right? Yeah, okay. I think that's the one that I had. You have it? Okay. New 2DS XL. Yeah, that was another one. Oh my god. Are you really not the Nintendo guy? Okay, well, when I say Nintendo guy, it's not just about what consoles you own, right? Okay. This actually kind of brought out another talking point I wanted to bring up, and that's brand loyalty. Because again, when I was an impressionable kid, I loved everything Nintendo because I'm a kid. Like, of course I'm gonna be liking the thing that gives me joy and experience. And when I started being older, you know, being able to get my own money and pay for my own things, I was still a little bit of what they call a Nintendrone, where I would still kind of defend them. Every decision that they made, because all the games that they made for it will justify it. But now being an adult, in some form or fashion. But, an adult in some sort of fashion. I don't know. I can't really call myself, like, big into Nintendo anymore. In that regard. I like their games, sure. But I don't think I'm a diehard fan anymore. I'm a diehard fan of some of their series. Like, when it comes to Metroid, that's never gonna change, I don't think. I'm always gonna be, like, the Metroid guy. Without a doubt. That's, like, the one thing I can always go back to and have a good time. But, I didn't play Splatoon. I didn't play ARMS. I don't play Fire Emblem. And, you know, I'm not, like, all in on Nintendo. Like, I don't do that. Hell, I even fell off Zelda, right? So, it's kind of weird to say, really. You like Castle Core a lot. Yeah, I did the Castle games, yes. That's not really a Nintendo. Nah, it's not. It's Konami. It's not Nintendo. It just so happens a lot of the Castle... I almost said it. A lot of the Castle games, or what's it called? Were on Nintendo systems. God damn it, Carl. You still haven't played a single Metroid game? I recommend you do. I think they're great. I'm biased, sure, but you know, I still think they're great. How you doing, Bsops? Wow, what happened to your microphone, dude? On your headset, did it actually break? Also, yeah, you guys are passively earning NEP coins, by the way. It's like 10 per minute. And again, like I mentioned, I want to be adjusting the rates for marbles to make it cheaper. It did? Oh, that sucks. You're gonna hit 1 million coins. Okay, I kind of figured, it's talking about my own stream stuff for a moment. I kind of figured that there's no real harm in really just having the NEP coins be earned passively.
Great job.
Especially considering how the system for marbles is, and adding extra marbles is going to be the same. The thing that's going to change is the rates. So you will always have the choice to be like, oh, I want to spend all my coins because I really want you to play this game for marbles. So it doesn't... I kind of feel like, yeah, you guys can hoard the coins. That's no problem. And I can make it relatively cheap to, oh god. I can make it relatively cheap for you guys to add extra marbles too, because I think that's just fun. So I'll be adjusting the rates for next week. Because I'm not spinning the wheel. Or rather, I'm not spinning the wheel. I'm not, what's it called? What am I saying? Hold up. I lost my train of thought, dude. I'm like trying to focus on the game too. Like, I don't want to make things too expensive for no reason, you know? So I'm adjusting the rates. I'm still gonna get called scam cool no matter what I do. But at the very least, I can at least adjust the rates. So we can add extra marbles. You only really like Prime Metroids? I like all of them. Once I do the marathon, I'm not gonna stop yapping at all. I don't think it's just gonna be me yapping about Metroid for like the next 24 hours. That's gonna be insane, but yeah, I'm willing to do it. Scam cool is a tradition now. Yeah, I will never outlive it. You want a Vita too, but done proper. Nah, Sony's never gonna tap into that market ever again. I don't think so. Not anytime soon. In the foreseeable future, I don't think anyone else is gonna tap into that market. Whoa! Chrono! Holy crap! Yo, thank you so much for the raid, buddy. This has been a yappening stream, dude. I've been talking nonstop. My mouth is dry. I need to drink. I need to actually get a drink, dude. But yeah, dude. Oh, hold up. Hey, Saru, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But what game were we playing, Chrono? All I'll do is yap. It's okay. Yeah, dude. This whole stream has been me being yapping about the directs. We talked about a lot, dude. And I'm still not done. Xenoblade X. I've not played a Xenoblade game. Surprisingly enough. I missed out on Operation Rainfall, dude. I could have played Xenoblade 1 on the Wii when it was current. But I did not. I didn't have money. So I missed out on it. The direct was concerned. We had a nuanced discussion about it. I can't really give a TLDR. Other than saying, I'm still gonna get it. Because I can justify spending the money. But I can understand if someone cannot justify it. Times are rough, dude. The direct taught you need money. That's me every day, dude. Every day reminds me I need money. He's finally gone to the interesting plot twist in the story. Interesting. I'm kind of glad that Xenoblade X got to escape the Wii U. So now the only game being held hostage is what's it called? Is Star Fox Zero. But that can stay there, dude. I think I don't think we need to bring back Star Fox Zero. I think we're good. Careful here. There you go. It's not worth $400 and the games aren't worth $80. Fair assessment. No, I completely understand. Let me see. A Vita 2 with actual game weight thrown behind it would be awesome, but it'll probably never happen. No, not with this market. It's not gonna happen. No. Like I keep saying, Vita 2 is a pipe dream. We're never gonna see something like the Vita ever again from Sony. I don't think. Careful, SpongeBob, careful! The PSP came out too early? No, I think the PSP did fine, if you ask me. People look fondly on the PSP. I think it did fine. I think the Vita came out too late, if anything. It just couldn't compete, dude. Not only that, but it wasn't really advertised. I think that's also part of the problem. You agree with the $80 sentiment, but not the $400 one. You're okay with the console costs? The game's going up to $80 off the rip is rough. Yeah, I agree. No, 100%. I said earlier that I was expecting it to be 400 after all the specs that they were showcasing. I was like, oh no, they can do 4K. It can do 100 up to 120 like HS. It's over. It's gonna be at least 400. But yeah, the price for the console, I don't mind. It's the games. But yeah. The specs are wild. It's an actual current gen console, so it's fair. Yeah, 100%. Let me see. Dexter? Oh, Dexter on the PSP is amazing. You know, I had that game. Back when I rebought a PSP, back in like 2015, it came bundled with Dexter, but I never got around to actually playing the game. Maybe that's going to be a stream game at some point, because I don't think I've ever streamed a PSP game. Mario Kart's price? Yeah. They're just telling you, buy the bundle, please. That's pretty much it. Because there's no way. There's no way I'm paying $90 for that, dude. Nah. I'll buy the bundle. That's what they want me to do? Whatever. I'll buy it. I'm getting the game anyway. Who cares? I'm getting the bundle. That's what I did for Switch with the Mario Kart 8 bundle. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm playing the game. I might as well fork over the extra 50 for that. Is it scummy? Yeah, to some degree, yeah, sure. But whatever. For the prices of the consoles now, just tells me that you save up a little bit more and just buy a PC. Oh, Jesus. I died again. If you go with used parts and secondhand stuff, then yes, but for new, it's already been proven that's not possible. Yeah. New stuff? Nah, dude. Gotta break an arm and a leg for that. Sell your liver. Like, Jesus Christ, it's expensive. If you want something that's current for PC. Nah, dude. And again, like I said earlier, I still think when it comes to PCs themselves, they're always going to have the caveat of technical issues, especially when it comes to game ports. Oh my god, I remember seeing, I don't know if this one was true, but Ghost of Tsushima crash reports being like 300 gigabytes worth of crash reports. That was probably like faked or deliberately made that way. But it's no secret that a lot of PC ports are just poorly optimized and they suck. That is no secret. And a lot of people just do not want to deal with that. And that's completely valid. I'm dead. A GPU alone is the price of a console. Yep. Yep. That's true. If you were to have a PC, though, and you saved up to upgrade it recently. Yeah, if you're starting from scratch, you're cooked. It's bad out there, man. It's only gonna get worse, but, you know. We all know this. Here you go. Go this way. I don't think I should touch this. Console price is valid. You will have liked 400, same. But you can live at 450, but 80 for a game and 90 for a physical version can lick your balls, dude. Yeah. For me, it's going to be more of a matter of, okay, I'm only going to be spending this much this month. Am I willing to fork over $80 to buy this one game? If it's Metroid, yeah, sure. I'm making an exception for that. Every other game, I have to think about, right? Because I have to account for every other expense. And it's never pretty. It's... Oh, Jesus. Wait, careful here. Okay. This one's kind of a hard level, actually. I need to, like, actually focus up. There you go. Oh, no! Okay. At this point, when you upgrade, it's going to be a full upgrade because everything is going to get updated at the same time. And yeah, it's an expensive venture. That's the problem. Oh yeah, something I didn't mention to you guys, because this is what I heard. Apparently, for the JP Switch 2, it's only like around 330. Equivalent of Gen to like USD or around that dollar, I think. But with the caveat of it being region locked, more or less. Yeah, there's 2 versions. Yeah, they're offering 2 versions, one region locked and one that isn't. Taiwan is $399. What? What? Oh, dude, no way. Okay. Oh, careful. I was talking about tariffs. This is like the 20th time I mention it. But, yeah, the more I think about it, the less I think it's less about the tariffs. More about them making predictions around the tariffs. And then making a price point based on that. Because, again, it was kind of weird how we did not get the price point during the presentation itself, but on the actual website, which makes me feel like this is more of a, not a last-minute decision, but as a decision that they made based on the world economy at the moment. Tax for not being Asian, you respect it. You hate it, but you respect it, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay. I don't like this level. I can't tell where these guys are gonna go. I feel like each and every single one of these goes down its own path. So as long as I go fast, it should be fine. Oh my god! Okay, great! It's not terrorist. Yeah, again. It's not terrorist necessarily because UE wouldn't, the EU, Europe wouldn't be getting hit if it were. But I kind of feel like... Careful. I would feel like it's mixed. I gotta go mixed by a ball. But I won't pretend that I know more than I do. Again, I'm an economist. I can't. I can barely handle my own money, dude. Like, that's the reality of the situation. It's a miracle that I can like save money. But that's because I've just grown to be very stingy when it comes to spending money. Really. I've lived through hard times, and those hard times told me that every dollar counts, dude. Every single dollar. No matter how stinky the dollar is, I need that dollar for something. I don't like this level. Okay. I need to be patient. I think that's the problem. I need to stop yapping and actually be patient. Okay. Okay. Why are your dollars sticky? Next question. I'm not talking about that. It's an expression. I made up the expression, but it's an expression nonetheless. I'm just saying.
Huh?
I'm just saying that no matter the dollar, I need it for something, most likely. I need the dollar. I need to stop going that way. I think they just all go down this. No, they do not go down the same path. Okay. Also gotta be aware of the timer. You also gotta you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. I thought I would stop sooner. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. This is the actual first hard level in the game that I've gotten to. Okay. But I don't have much else to really add when it comes to the Switch 2. All in all, I'm getting it. I'm getting Prime 4. I'm streaming it. Locked in, day 1. Well, Prime 4 is not coming out the same day, but when the game comes out, I'm playing that. I should look to see how my Vita's doing, dude. Pretty sure I installed custom firmware on that crap. But I don't remember what I did with it. Oh, careful. Yeah. Climb, 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 climb. There you go. You don't want to touch the red. I think I want to wait. Because the balls are coming. The balls are coming. Is that ball gonna be like... Yeah, that way. Okay. What about this ball? Okay, it's going that way. I'm running out of time. I gotta move. Okay, wait. Yeah, go, 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 go. Okay, easy. Okay, I'm gonna do an ultimate level. That was requested to do that. Let's see. Let's do this one. Now that I'm more acquainted with the way that the game controls, we're just gonna do this. What time is it? Oh, wait, hold up. I guess I'll do these sets of levels and then I'll have to call it. Because, it's almost 8. I didn't even realize what time it was, dude. I kind of feel like this stream went by fast. Despite the fact that we talked about so much. To an exhausting degree, if you ask me. I'm exhausted, dude. I'm gonna need like an actual lunch break. Or not lunch, dinner. I need dinner, dude. But, I haven't talked about 14, actually. That's like the one thing I want to talk about. Because, I'm slowly getting back to it. I took like a long break after we cleared our Savage tier. Everyone got their mounts and everyone got their weapon. Cleared that. It was cool. But, I took a break from the game because I've been playing 14 non-stop up until that point. So that's kind of like more or less like an entire year of just nothing but 14, more or less. And at least during my downtime. And... Careful. And now I'm just trying, like, again, I'm training the game very casually. It's... Oh, I'm dead. It's hard for me to, like, get into that type of game with the mentality of just trying to parse orange. Because I kind of feel like when it comes to making those types of groups, it's going to be more of a matter of the group itself. And I'm just looking for clears, honestly. At least for now. I'm pretty satisfied with just getting the clears when it comes to that regard. Maybe if I feel compelled to try hard in 14, I might like give it a more of a fair shake in that regard. But I don't see myself really sweating there. In fact, I don't see myself sweating in a lot of things lately. I think I'm just tired. Sweating takes a lot of energy, dude. A lot of time. And for me, being sweaty takes up... It takes up a lot of patience. And I can safely say I have less patience when it comes to doing the 200 resets. I'm just like, I want to get a move on, man. It's too much. And I'm not getting any younger either. My reflexes are only gonna get worse with time. It's gonna be hard to compete. It's not gonna be egregiously bad. I'm not expecting that anytime soon. But with age, my reaction time's only gonna get worse. That's just how the brain works. Not to mention that I'm not only doing PSO2 stuff, like how I used to. So I can't just be like the only thing I'm doing. I'm doing a whole bunch of other things, including streaming. Because, you know, job, stream, all that crap. Not to mention IRL stuff. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're just not gonna have time for it, dude. Like, the time to sweat. Yob, stream, yap. that's part of the memo, dude. Yapping is part of it. Back on school days, your only problem was school. Yeah, dude. Now my problem is everything. Yeah, I could sweat a lot in games too. I just don't think for me it's worth it anymore. Like, what do I have to prove, dude? That's the question I ask myself, really. Like, what do I have to prove by sweating? Because for me, the end doesn't justify the means, so to speak. Even if I get the clear, I'm like, I got it, right, but I had a miserable experience from start to finish, just trying to get the stupid clear. For me, it would have been like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I get recognition now that I did this thing, and I think that's cool. It's just, I don't know, I don't think it's worth the hassle, if you ask me. If you sweat, it's because you have fun doing that stuff. When I was sweating, it got to the point where I was sweating because I was just expected to be the sweater, you know? No, the guy who sweats. And not the sweater, like, no, like, the guy who sweats. Like, that was the expectation that I imposed on myself. Unfairly, mind you. I don't have that mindset anymore, thankfully. It's just that's how it was at the time. That's banned, I agree. When you do speedrun or tryhard on ranked, it's because you're having fun. You don't care making a name by swinging on games. Respect for the people that had the patience for that. At some point I did. But nowadays, I'm kind of like, it's not worth it, man. It's so much energy. And I know how I get when I get frustrated. It's not pretty. I don't get physical or anything like that. But I do voice vocally how angry I am. I don't think that's fun. Games are meant to be fun. At the end of the day. I don't have to be the best JB player. I just want to have fun, dude. But, yeah. How did I get to that tangent? Let me just... I said I would stop playing after the... I'll stop playing after this level. Okay. Let's go this way. This ultimate levels haven't been too bad. I just gotta play carefully. Do I want to grab all this? Can I get out of this pit, actually? I need to, like, run up... Oh, God. I need to, like, run up the slope. Like that. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Okay. That sucks. Here we go. But, going back to 14 real quick. I do feel like the story's picking up at the very least. I think there's that. I think that's good. I've been having fun. I haven't done the raids yet. I'll be doing that, I think, during the weekends, because the weekend, I think, is the time where I can really just go at the game. Any other day is kind of tricky for me. But for the weekends, I think it's fine. I think it works. I need to stop doing that. Okay. There you go. Back to climb. Come on. Okay. It sucks that I gotta spend money tomorrow, but I need groceries. I'm not looking forward to that. All these I can save a bit of money, and why do I keep doing the exact same thing? I keep holding the jump button to just try to get a little bit of control as to when I fall, but it's been doing the opposite. I can't say it's been helping. There you go. So I can control the momentum, is what I meant to say. Because otherwise that happens, and it's bad. Because going from below is fine. But going from above to below is bad. Okay. Let's keep going. My momentum, dude! Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Lock it in. Because I need to end stream. Come on. End it. Go. I think I'm hungry. I think my concentration is just focused on eat food right now. Clear this. Go. But I keep getting. I keep messing it up, dude. Keep messing it up because I keep trying to hold back, trying to control my momentum. Oh, but I ran up the slope. The slope from below carried my momentum and I died. Hold on, I need to practice this. No, you cannot do that. No, no. If you go down the slope, you're dead. Okay. Okay. So do not go down the slope like that. Just wait. Okay. What am I doing? This jump is easy. It's so easy. Oh my god. Egg on my face when I said these ultimate levels aren't that bad. No, I'm just being stupid. Like, the jump is easy. I'm just being dumb. The jump itself is not a puzzle. It's easy. It's just the momentum. Okay. This should be good. Yeah, look, it's that easy, dude. Like, why did I struggle so much? Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not done with the game. I'll be playing this again next week because I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. But that's going to do it for me, guys. That's it. This has been a very yap-heavy stream, but I think this is a good cut. Good point to stop. Oh god. Okay, cool. Let me update this. For the people who voted for Odd, congratulations. You won. Here you go. All right, let me see who else voted for Odd. Okay, so Carl, is on a winning streak again. So here you go, dude. Zai also is a winner. B-Sops is a winner. Aaron Knight is a winner. Congratulations.
Nice smile.
Oh my god. Okay. I need to stretch, man. I need water. I need food. But yes, I'm gonna call it here. Let me switch over now. Cool. Again, I'm playing this again next week. Next week, I'm most likely going to be playing. I'll rather doing the next marbles, but I'll make sure to have the new marble rates be adjusted before then. I think that'll be important to do. But let me turn this up. Let me see. Who is live right now? Oh, right, I need to make this into a habit. You can join my Discord, by the way. I make announcements on stream schedule. I host Archipelago Randomizer stuff. And I host movie nights. So if you are interested in participating in community stuff, join my Discord. It's in there. Make sure to grab the appropriate roles so you can see the channels. Psychic is streaming? Okay, I got you. I will raid Psychic, assuming there's no one else live. Let me see. Yeah. I'll raid Psychic. Why not? Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for chiming in on the discussion. And thank you Enz and Chrono for the raids. I appreciate that. I'm going to throw you guys over to Psychic. She is playing she's playing Pokemon Red and Blue, but with a randomizer. And it's the Archipelago stuff that I mentioned a little earlier, where she gets items, she sends items to other games. I can't explain it. I'm tired, dude. It's Archipelago. It's she's playing Pokemon. There you go. I'm tired. I'll see you guys on Saturday, by the way. I'll see you guys on Saturday because we're going to be playing more Stray, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to try to lock it in to see if I can beat the game and spin the wheel once more. We'll see how it goes. Stray has been fun, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Goodbye. See ya.